There we go. That's better. I don't know why that happened, but I think we're good now. Check, check, check. Seems okay. Hopefully this is working. For some reason my my chat's not showing up for one of my screens. Oh, there it goes. That's weird. Okay, guys. What's going on? Looks like we lost another follower again. I don't know why that keeps happening. Must be bots or something. Let me just make sure I can see all of your wonderful usernames. There we go. And yeah, I got a little bit of a surprise for this stream. Because hopefully it'll load first try without me having to mess with it. Ta-da! We have the Fulbright mod. Which, if you don't know, makes it so that you can see in the dark. I'm just going to turn down my render distance just a tad, because I am running a bunch of resource packs now. But, okay, yeah, we got it. So, yeah, everything is way brighter now. Yeah, no, we got the Fulbright resource pack, which makes it so that you can see everything at night. I will probably turn this off here and there. Just because I don't really need it on all the time. But I'm hoping that while streaming, it doesn't immediately crash everything. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Just gonna check something 1 second here. It seems as though my title did not update for some reason. Even though I updated everything else. There, let's try that. Should be good now. Awesome. Sorry, I was kind of rushing this morning. I got out of bed a little bit late today, so... There we go. How are we doing for glass? We're still pretty good on glass. I was going to grab a bunch of my sand back so that I could turn it into TNT. But it's looking like we actually managed to burn through all of it. Just going to see what I can salvage here. But it's looking like it's all red sand that's left. That's okay. We do have our other sand source, so not the end of the world, but a little bit of a minor setback, I guess. Here, let me just kind of dump some stuff off. We did start our nether hub last episode, so I'm hoping that this episode we can get some other nether related stuff done. I'm just gonna run over here and I'm going to grab some sand. from our old sand location. I love that you can see the dome now underwater with the Fulbright mod. Awesome. It's not even really a mod, it's a resource pack. All it seems to do is it turns your gamma up like you used to be able to before they updated it, so you couldn't do that. But it makes it so you can see, so, I mean, I can't really complain about that. Okay, guys, let's grab some sand. Sorry, I'm trying to, you know, throw a little bit more enthusiasm in the morning. I know I always wake up and I'm all like, so, trying to get the caffeine going, and we're gonna see what happens. Unfortunately, I don't have any Diet Pepsi today, though, so we're gonna have to make do on pure, raw sleep energy, unfortunately. But yeah, let's grab some sand, and we can use this for the start of our nether hub. Because what I'm going to do... Oh, here's the thing. I thought about doing a TNT bomber because I technically can do that. And I still sort of am debating it. Because that would be the way easier way to do this. But regardless, I still need to... in order to do that, I still need to make TNT. And I also need to make sure that when I drop the TNT, it doesn't just blow up the machine instantly. So, I'll grab this little bit of sand here. That should be probably about enough. And I'm going to hopefully make a big explosion in the nether. And that will clear up a bunch of space so that I can build a TNT bomber on top. And then none of the recoil from the bomber will blow up the TNT machine. After that, though, I'm probably going to wait to do the TNT bomber until later in the stream, just so that when everyone's here, they can kind of see how that's built. But after that, my tentative plan is to go hunt gas tiers. Because we need one more gas tier, and I can technically respawn the dragon, which I'm hoping to do tomorrow. My plan is to do that for episode 300, or, well, day 300, sorry. We're actually probably on episode, like, 60-something now that I'm thinking about it. Might even be 70-something now that I'm thinking about it even more. I've done 70 live streams of Minecraft, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, the plan for tomorrow, spoiler alert, is to go refight the dragon. Hey, FoxLovers99. Been a little while since I've seen you around, but good to see you in the stream. And yeah, no, tomorrow I'm hoping that we can refight the dragon. And now that I have this Fulbright mod, you can actually see my entire base above the water, which is pretty sick. You can even see the newest edition with the colored glass over there, even though it kind of blends in a little bit with the blue glass and blue water. But I'm hoping that we can get a few more gas tiers. I'm just trying to remember where I put them all. It's in this one in the bottom chest here. Yeah, here we go. We got 3 of them. Mordecai Hellerfan. Same background picture as FoxLovers99. I'm assuming you're the same person, but I actually always really liked the name Mordecai. There's a famous author, Mordecai Richler. I always thought that was a fun name. There we go. Got some TNT. And we can grab a couple of these bad boys just to hopefully keep the explosions a little controlled. But yeah, no, as you can see, everything is very lit up now. You might recognize this from Dream's Manhunt videos, because he does this so that other people can see. Unfortunately, I can't toggle it on and off easily. I don't know if there's like some kind of hotkey for it, but I'd have to kind of look into that. But here we go. So this is the start. Gas tiers, you mean tear gas. I mean, look, the only war crime I'm committing right now is blowing up the nether with TNT. So let's start, because this is going to be the center of it, right? And I don't want to blow up the portal and get stuck here by accident, although I do have a flint and steel, so we should be okay. Let's start by digging down a few blocks. Hopefully I don't end up in lava. Ah, jeez. Oh, I hear my cat. Every time I sneeze, my cat starts freaking out in the background. Hey, buddy. I know, I sneezed. Thank you. What do you get when you eat beans and onions? Trip to the toilet for like the next 24 hours. I don't really know a good way to do this, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I guess I could take off through the tunnel here. That didn't work at all, did it? Oh, that one did. Tear gas? Yeah, basically. Wow, that worked way better than I expected it to. I didn't even use all my TNT, dang. Okay. Wow. I knew Netherrack was weak, but I didn't think it was that weak. I'm actually curious if there's any ancient debris poking out anywhere. I'm not immediately seeing any, but I am going to try and take out the lava before I do anything else. There we go, and hopefully, yeah, that was easy enough. That might actually be another source block there. I'm not entirely sure. It's probably this. Dang, that's like super deep. That's what she said? Why do you have a mini you in your offhand, Mr. Colorblind? Well, sir, or madam, or someone of unspecified gender, that is a Totem of Undying, actually. It's a resource pack that allows you to turn your totem into anything you want. So, for me, I turned it into a little mini version of my skin. There we go. Just kind of use the sand to stop the lava flow here. Seems to have worked. But yeah, basically if I were to, say, die right now, that totem would activate and I would live and have a little bit of absorption to get away. Is kind of the long and short of it. You're a ham? Great. Okay. So here's the thing. I don't actually need to TNT out this side because, as you can see here, it's already kind of a pit. So I'm going to just move over here and do exactly the same thing I just did. And judging by the size of that explosion, if I put it like here, that should be good. Probably about here, right? And then dig up a little bit of a tower. There we go. And for some reason, if I die right here, thought you meant IRL die. No, not quite. Alright, let's get away from that. We'll let that fly. The only thing I was worried about... oh, there is ancient debris. Sweet. The only thing I was actually kind of worried about is that when you kill something with TNT, it technically counts that you killed it. And so, or sorry, unalived it. And I was worried I would hit like a piglin or something, and it would cause kind of a chain reaction. But we seem to be okay. Yeah, we got that. Cool. Which is also good because we only need like 2 more ancient debris or something like that, and I can actually make full netherite. So I have both pickaxes and an axe, but I need to do the hoe, which I actually can do now. And then the only thing I'm missing that's not netherite is my shovel. So what I'm gonna do is I actually didn't think this TNT would go this far, but here we are. I'm gonna dig up here a little bit, and by dig I mean build. Look at this dude. Yeah, no, that actually went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. Hey, Luna. I'm doing my homework right now. That's good. You gotta make sure you do your homework. It's important. I thought you were gonna say you had some heart monitor or something. Nope. I actually wore one of those semi-recently. If you can believe that. I was having some weird chest pains before I quit my last job, and spoiler alert, the two were semi-related. So, and by semi-related, I mean one was making the other worse. So, you know, it's all good now, but you know, I'm taking a few past 6 months to get my health back in check. But, yep, Silk Boy. But right now we're doing a little bit of demolition. Oh, that actually worked out perfectly. We'll just do this and run away like a scared child. Shout out to anyone who got the title reference this morning. I know it's a bit of a meme, but today we are definitely going to be looking for... oh, that... I was hoping for more ancient debris, but I didn't see any. Yeah, no, it's a bit of a reference to a song I used to listen to years ago. Bit of an emo song, if you will. There we go. Let me see if I can get over here. But we are going to be looking for gas tiers today, hopefully. Let me just do a bit of this. Hey, buddy. Sorry, my cat's looking for attention. Being just a little guy. What's the matter, buddy? I know, you just want people to play with you. It's okay. Mr. Colorblind became Mr. Blind. Yeah, really. The good thing, though, actually, is with this resource pack, it'll actually make it easier for me to see color, if you can believe that. So, you know, gotta look at the positives of it. I'm just gonna go grab a bit more TNT, because this is going way easier than I thought it was going to. Here we go. Nice and bright with our new resource pack. Again, I'm probably not going to leave this on forever, but I think I'm just going to leave it on, just at least for today's stream, just to see how it goes. Teaching a Canadian how to play Minecraft. I've probably been playing Minecraft longer than you've been alive. And I mean that in the nicest way ever, but also I'm kind of old, so... You know, we could actually do. We could do the TNT minecart trick and just like pop a totem. That actually would be kind of fun. Although it's kind of risky. No, I'll get it right. I'm 300. I had other ancient debris, didn't I? Oh, he's just here now. Wow, time is moving really fast for me today. It's strange. Dang, I thought I had enough ancient debris. No, sorry, I'm like one of those anime characters who looks like they're like 17, but I'm actually like 300. And by 17, I mean I look 34. Bit of a misconception, really. Okay, let's head back and we can blow this stuff up. Mr. Beast title: making a 100,000 blind Canadians see again. These Canadians there, they got hit with the hockey pucks, you know what I'm saying, eh? So what we did is we sat them down and we told them to give their head a shake. And lo and behold, they fixed their eyesight, bud. It was a freaking miracle, bud. We told them to just stop dicking around and just freaking give her. And lo and behold, it fixed their eyesight. It was incredible. That feels like death to me, but we'll move over a little bit. That's also a little bit like death. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna... Here, how many of these do I have left? Not a lot. There we go. Just kind of trying to connect all this, but problem is I blew up so much that there isn't really any solid ground left. There, that works. When Stein was a kid, he probably rode dinosaurs to school. Oh no, dinosaurs weren't invented yet. So I need a path to get out of here, actually. There we go. I think that worked a little bit better. Hopefully there's some more ancient debris down here. I don't see any immediately, though. He was there when the first organism formed. I read that as first orgasm formed. I was like, thanks? Let me just... I feel like I made that like 10 times worse, but we'll see. There we go. He's at least 200 million years before the first organism formed. Yeah, just been experimenting away. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. This is a big pit now. I'm probably gonna have to tidy this up a little bit, but he was there when the Big Bang. Not when it happened. I was just there. It happened and I was like, whoa. Okay, so I think I need to blow out a little bit over here. And then I think this wall I'll just take down by hand. It's not a big deal. With this whole kind of section in between here, just to kind of connect everything. And then I also need to blow up the roof, kind of. Do you like us calling you old? I mean, if I say yes, you'll do it for a little bit and then stop. If I say no, then you're just gonna keep doing it. So, doesn't really matter to me, honestly. Like, I get it. I think, honestly, due to my upbringing and experiences, I think I'm younger than I actually am. But at least I act younger. Wait, hear me out. He was there before Minecraft. Yeah, that's true. I was there in the long, long ago. Before we had block game. You know, long, long ago, you had to actually, like, go outside to touch grass. Now, with the invention of Minecraft, that's no longer the case. In fact, hear me out. Sometimes, when we looked into the sky, the sun wasn't a square. You know, people played outside until the streetlights came on, and then you had to go home. I know, like, revolutionary concept for you guys. It's all Steve Jobs' fault. I mean, Steve Jobs had nothing to do with Minecraft, but sure, we'll put the blame on this random dude. Speaking of which, I got an Amazon order coming today. Yeah, it's all Steve Jobs' fault. You know, that guy who bought Minecraft from Mojang and put it in Microsoft. Yeah, it's all his fault. That company he doesn't own. Cringe. I know who Steve Jobs is. I think everybody knows who Steve Jobs is at this point. He's also not a good dude. I know a lot of people think he was. He really wasn't. He was actually kind of a prick. Although, that explains why he was able to make, like, one of the biggest, most powerful companies in existence. But, you know, I think people tend to forget, like, in order to make a business that size that works, morals kind of go to the window sometimes. I think they, I don't know, they did a test to see, like, the typical traits of a company or something like that. I can't remember how the test went. But basically, like, running and operating a company basically makes you a psychopath. If you have a Fortune 500 company, like, 9 times out of 10, the CEOs of it are psychopaths. They have no regard for human life at all or emotions. They just work to make the business work and don't care about anything else. The only good thing he did was help make Toy Story. I did not know he helped make Toy Story. Unless you're talking about Tom Hanks. But that's like a completely different dude. Oh, you thought you were talking about Minecraft, Steve? No, Steve Jobs. He's one of the founders of Apple. Alright, guys. Just a second. I just need to make my wife's tea. Everything's poured. I just need to reheat the water for like 20 seconds and then just pour it. So give me like a minute. And I will be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Just getting some quality time in with the wife before she heads to work. Make her tea, give her a kiss, you know, the usual. Okay. So let's head back. We'll make some more TNT. My cat will scream violently loud into my mic. And we will keep going. I know, buddy. Thanks for alleviating you of confusion. No problem. But let's keep going and with building this giant pit. I do have kind of a fun idea on how to make this more interesting. I'm definitely going to use colored glass, but I haven't decided what color yet. Oh, you were talking to my wife. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm sort of thinking maybe black or like dark purple glass, if that's a thing. We do also have a bunch of the crystals, so I can make tinted glass. Which is something I was kind of toying around the idea of. It would definitely be cool to be able to see in the nether through it. But we'll see. Use tinted glass. Just one sec. No, my mic works fine, actually. I'm just talking to my wife. She doesn't want to be on camera, but I'm still, like, getting stuff ready so you guys don't have to wait, so don't worry. Okay. We are back. Yeah, sorry. While she doesn't care as much about being on camera as I thought, you know, keep private life private kind of thing, so I don't know, maybe someday you'll hear her grace the mic. We'll do a video together or something. Okay. I love this nether portal. This is actually one of the cooler portals I think I've made. I want to, like, spruce up this room a little bit with spruce. Okay. I actually kind of wish I brought an elytra, but that's fine. Here, we'll start maybe over here more. What do you guys do for work? She is an electrical engineering technologist, and I am a mechanical engineering technologist. We're just a couple of nerds, couple of cards. Virlink, smell that? It's 4 a.m. Hey, man, with my like at your 4 again. Hey! You see that solar storm tonight? No, we heard there was supposed to be a bunch of auroras, and we actually ended up just going to bed. I completely forgot that was actually happening, to be honest. But, yeah, no, in North America, we were supposed to be able to see the auroras tonight. Oh, nice. She seems super smart. Sign me up. Yeah, she is super smart. Definitely the smartest person I've dated. I mean, also married, I guess. Can I reach this? Guess not. But we'll do it anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if your wife saw it on the way in. Oh, really? I mean, we're starting to get sun right now, so probably not, but who knows? Oh, that actually hit that. Did that... Okay, good. It didn't destroy the portal. I was like, maybe I went a little overboard with that one. But we seem to be okay. So usually I'm doing this and, like, breaking stuff when it's, like, deep slate. And Netherrack is way easier to deal with, so... But we'll do the, keep the TNT going, and I still have 49 left. Ollie, hey. Enough. I know. Yeah, I know, you're supposed to be able to see the northern lights last night. Like, I haven't seen anything, but... Hang on one second, I gotta stop my cat from screaming. Sorry, I'd let him keep screaming because I know it's cute, but it is also like 6:41 in the morning, so I live in an apartment, so I don't want other people to wake up and be like, what the hell's going on? Aurora Borealis in your kitchen. Can I see it? That like old Principal Skinner meme. Ollie. Buddy. I don't want to yell at you, bud. Like, you gotta work with me here. I think the problem is he wants people to play, right? Like, he just wants to, like, chase his toys around. But in the morning, we're both so busy, so, like, we try to throw the toys for him, like, when we're, like, passing by him and stuff, but some mornings he's just like, no, you're gonna stop, and you're gonna play fetch with me right now. And we're like, no, buddy, that's not how that works. And he's just like, but... Alright, I'm going to bed. Have a good stream, man. Alright, Viralink. Thanks for the like, and hopefully you have a nice long rest. Buy an auto laser. He actually has a lot of automatic toys. He just doesn't care. He's too smart. If you can believe that. He has like 2 or 3 different toys that are like battery powered robot things. And oh my god. Really glad I got away from that. Yeah, no, he just, he's too smart, he knows. I even have a laser pointer here, I can, like, kind of shine it for him so he'll chase it, but after a while he gets wise to it. Is this Silk Boy? It is Silk Boy. We do need to actually go find a ghast at some point, so... The fact that we're hearing them now is good. That means I've blown up enough area that they'll consider this a spawnable point. Let me just grab the glowstone, because that stuff is kind of expensive. You can buy it from the clerics, but... I'm supposed to be working on a boat tomorrow, but there's a windstorm, so the rich dummy I have for a client is going to demand I keep his timeline. I'm going to demand he suck it up if it's still blowing. Hey man, if you can make the rich dummy happy quickly though, there's a very real possibility you'll get a good tip, so... And be recommended to other people, so keep that in mind. You know? Play the game. maybe a rich dummy, but you can be a smart person who takes advantage of the rich dummy, you know what I mean? You getting that Steam machine, Stein? Like the Steam Deck, or... Just looking around to see if I see any more, ancient debris, ancient Deborah, if you will. I don't see any right now, but that's okay. There's this guy, though. If I can get a return to sender on him. Perfect. Oop. Don't know where that fell. Hopefully not into lava. Well, we were about to have enough ice to resummon the dragon, but then I can go to bed again. Well, in my experience, rich dummies respect boundaries, and if they get mad, it's their culture. I'd get away with more if I was a half-foot taller. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, unfortunately, that's something I have experience with. Fun fact, actually, when I was doing one of my co-ops for college, I was just sitting at my desk, and it was like, I don't know, I was like 2 months into my co-op, and someone taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around, and it was the CEO of the largest company in all of North America. Being like, or well, not North America, I think it's all of Canada, but tapping me on the shoulder and being like, hey, do you know where the bathroom is? And I was just like, yeah, right away, sir. Dude is worth, like, I think like $40 billion or something like that. I was just like, yeah, it's this way. And like, he had like, I think it was like 20 people just like following him around our place, just like, fix this, what does this cost? No, it should be cheaper, fix this. And I was just like, wow. That dude just like tapped me on the shoulder and asked me where the bathroom was. It was a pretty surreal experience. Valve announced 3 new consoles, the Steam Fame, the VR2, and the Steam Machine. Oh, I had no idea. So to answer your question, probably not. Oh, he's mad because I took the gold. I see. Get out of here. Sir. Wow, they're a lot weaker than I thought they were. Billion, a lot, huh? Probably millions. I like rich men. Or women, I don't judge. Yeah, no, he's dead now, but, at the time, he was worth, like, $40 billion and owned, like, over 20 different factories. Like, dude was loaded. I think, his family is very well known in the area, obviously. But, yeah, no, that was a very terrifying experience where I was like, wow, this person could buy my entire life and sell it back to me and buy it again and not even bat an eyelash. One of my closest interactions was I was supposed to receive delivery from Mark Shuttleworth on a bunch of prototype computer hardware, but the crate had been smashed and wouldn't sign for it. Yikes. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, like, just how the world works sometimes, where you just, like, oh, by the way, I just met this, like, multi-billionaire person, like, just on the street. Like, I literally just had him tap me on the shoulder while I was at my desk for a co-op. And I was just like, oh, hey, I'm a co-op student. And he's just, like, I didn't even get a chance to say that. He's just like, hey, do you know where the bathroom is? And I was just like, yes, sir, it's this way. Just, like, you know, I think he was trying to stay low-key, which is why he, like, tapped me and was trying to keep it quiet. But I was just like, I know who you are. Like, that's... yikes. The Steam frame is a VR system machine, is a console, then a controller for that console. You should get it. Yeah, like, I have the MetaQuest 2, I think is what we have. I was actually messing around with it a couple weekends ago, just trying to see if I could get some VR games for the channel. Spoiler alert, a lot of porn games on Steam. But yeah, no, I was gonna try and get Minecraft VR working. And, I think I can get it to work, but I need to, like, mess around with it a little bit. The problem is like, I'm running everything off a laptop, which isn't exactly the most powerful thing in the world. Like, it's a good laptop, but, to run VR stuff, it's just not great. And, like, I can run VR off of the headset itself, but if I want to try and, like, jump into my file here on Java, I'd have to, like, run it through Steam and, like, a bunch of other stuff. So it would just, it's a little bit more complicated than I initially thought, so. I can definitely get it figured out, but we'll see. People are disgusting, yes. No more comments. Human beings are inherently lazy, and a lot of people are disgusting. That will get you through, like, 50% of your life. If you just understand those concepts. It's sad, but it is unfortunately true for a lot of cases. Alright guys, let's keep this moving. I'm trying to level out the ground a little bit just so we have like a... I don't know how deep I actually need to go to make this effect work. I know it's at least 28 blocks though. And I think we're like pretty close to that, like from the top to here. I'd say we're at least 20, so... Just trying to, you know... level things off a little bit. You know, get rid of some of this gravel. It's mostly weirdo Japanese femboys. There's nothing wrong with femboys. Look, as long as they're not hurting other people, then knock yourself out. Yeah, I knew you'd chime in for that. I'm pretty sure femboy means female boy, correct? Sort of. Like, I don't want to, like, act like I'm an expert on the subject. Luna probably knows more than I do, honestly. But, you know, it essentially means feminine boy. It can also mean someone who is transgender, I believe. But, you know, people tend to label things a little differently nowadays. You know, when I was growing up, it was just like boy, girl, gay, straight, and now there's all these different acronyms and stuff. Again, not against any of it. I don't really care as long as you're not hurting anybody. You know, it makes you happy and you're not hurting anybody, then I don't really care. Knock yourself out. But yeah, no, yeah, no, I have no issue with those groups or anything like that. You know, I have family members who are, you know, non-binary or transgender or whatever, so... And they've been in my life forever, so... I don't know, I think because of my upbringing, because, like, my mom was adopted, so, like, I have, like, adopted family, and, like, you know, I see family and friends differently than most people, I think. At least that's what I've been told. So I'm a little more accepting of people, I think. You know, there's very few things that I won't accept about a person. Like, for example, one of the big things that I'm super against is if you're doing any kind of amphetamine drug and you're around me, just don't. That's something I, you know, had to deal with a lot as a child, and I don't want to deal with as an adult. And now that I have a choice not to, then I am choosing not to have that stuff in my life. But, like, you know, if you want to be a boy and date a boy or a girl date a girl, like, go for it. I don't care. A lot of my friends in high school were lesbians, so... no. This is getting pretty good. Again, I don't know how big I need to make this. Let's see, it does. That's weird. Like, I get that you don't like their gender, just stay your gender. It's not even about liking your gender, though, right? Like, you know, some people, I'm sure that's, you know, how they're dealing with it. But, like, other people, like, they genuinely feel that, you know, they were born the wrong gender. And, like, to be honest, with how genetics works and how we see with, like, other, you know, animals and people and stuff, how there's, like, birth defects and, you know, mental health problems, things like that, like, is it really that big a stretch to think that, like, someone was just born with a guy brain and, you know, they're supposed to be a guy, but they were born in a girl's body or vice versa? Like, is it really that big a stretch? I don't think so. Like, is it, you know, not the norm? Sure. But, like, is it a bad thing? Is it harmful? Is it whatever? I don't think so. You know, they had a problem with them that they were unhappy with, and then they fixed it, and now they're happy. Like, what's the issue? I don't know. Wicked is the most lesbian movie ever. That I sort of disagree with. Well, the piggies? No. Atomic Blonde is definitely up there as one of the most lesbian movies ever. It's about a spy that goes into Soviet territory and ends up hooking up with one of the people that they were there to spy on, and they're both women. That's not like the whole plot of the movie, but is a big part of it. How about Legally Blonde? I mean, I have never seen all of Legally Blonde. Like, I know what it's about, but I know there are gay characters in that movie. And isn't it, like, who's the main girl? Is it Reese Witherspoon? I think so. Everyone loves her, so. This dude needs to get out of the way. Okay, good. I thought he was about to attack me. I was like, bro, we about to throw down or what? Let's see here. Hopefully when I'm done digging all of this out, it'll look cool. So like, here's the deal. I have a texture pack that sort of mimics connected textures, but it doesn't quite work like how Optifine does it. So when I'm done this, I'm going to turn it on and see how it looks, and if it looks okay, then I'll keep it on. But it just makes the base look a little strange, so that's why I'm kind of like 50-50 about it. I was testing it over the weekend, and without getting like Optifine or Paper or like some other like hacked client, it just looks kind of strange with connected textures. You really need to have like a client that supports it. But until then, we're kind of stuck with what we have here. I do need to dig all this out, but these guys are very much in the way. Actually, here. I'm starting to think I maybe should start from the top and work my way down. But so far, this is actually looking pretty good. I still have a bunch of TNT left as well. So, here, let me tower up here. You think? I don't know what I think. Sorry. Just double check that your chat is actually going through. I've been having this problem. I mentioned it during yesterday's stream, but YouTube has been having this issue since 2024. And apparently not everyone's chat messages are going through on live, so just double check if you are messaging me and I'm not responding. That could be the reason why. Have I played Half-Life 2? Is that the one that's already out, or is it Half-Life 3 that's the meme? I can't remember. Years and years ago, a friend of mine was super into Half-Life, so that's why I'm, like, just trying to clarify, because I never played it personally, but he played it, like, a bunch. I'm pretty sure it's Half-Life 3 confirmed is the meme. So whichever one came out before that. The answer is, have I played it myself? No, but a good friend of mine growing up used to play it a lot, so. Then technically I've never played it, but I'm quite familiar with it. The online play anyways, not so much the story. Here, let me... I'm trying to, like, bust through to the other side here. Just so I have a, like a connected path. Here. This'll... Half-Life X or Half-Life 3 has being confirmed to be fully playable. We'll see it eventually. Here, just kind of hide on the other side of the obsidian here so I don't get killed. Awesome. How are we looking? There, that sort of connects it. I just need... Like, the problem right now is I need to dig out all the area by the portal, but then I have no way to get back in the portal when I do that, so that's sort of where I'm struggling right now. I need to sort of be deliberate about this. There we go. See if I can reach some of these floating blocks out here. Just kind of work our way down. Making my way down hell. Big and fast, burning ass, and I'm homebound. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Staring at the pigs, look at me as I dig, it's crazy. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And it's hot here, do-do-do-do-do-do. I get shot here, do-do-do-do-do-do. And now I wonder if this plan is a good idea. I'm gonna try to get out of here, and I would run 1,000 blocks if I could just get out of here tonight. There, that's all you get with no caffeine. Just like freestyle off the top of my head with random songs. That's the thing, I'm pretty sure that still counts as parody, right? So I can't get like copyright claimed if I just change all the words but keep the rhythm the same. I think that's how that works. So I just have to get incredibly good at freestyling and I won't get copyright claimed, right? Is that how that works? Look at this dude. How's my pickaxe doing? Still doing pretty okay. Okay, guys. We are doing pretty good digging all this out. This is going to be a lot of glass, I'm realizing now. But that's okay. Step 1, dig hole. Step 2, get colored sheep. Step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 4, profit. I was sort of hoping I would see more ancient debris, but honestly, the bigger I keep making this, the more I'm realizing that it's going to allow gas to spawn. Hi. Hi, Luna. What's up? It's so weird to me when people have a different username than their Discord, because, like, part of me wants to call them by their Discord name, and then other parts of me is just like, no, call them by their name in, like, in YouTube. Some people I actually know their first name, so it's like, do I say their first name, or I don't think they would want that, so... Here, let's see if we can get a bit of this action going. I'm just going to keep my sneak on so I don't fall. Like, I've had a couple people ask me what my first name is, but I don't know if I want to really say that online. I feel like that opens the door to all kinds of doxing. Oh, you're back. Yeah, I mean, now you can see me, right? I can see you the whole time. Like, unless people are not able to hear me right now, but I'm pretty sure you can. Stive, I got in my DMs under a minute. That's good, I think. Here we go. I hate these, like, little one-block lava pockets. Those are the worst. Alright. Let's keep it moving. Hey, we're up to 14 people. We're back up to, like, regular numbers again. What's up, everybody? You know, I had this weird theory that, if I was louder in the morning, the YouTube algorithm would promote me more, so it'd be more interesting. And, what louder thing is there than TNT? Oh, get out of here. That was a lot more dangerous than I wanted it to be. Get this guy out of here. I'm killing this guy, too. Hey, Rachel D. Stupid pig guys attacking me in my own house. What's wrong with you? How dare you attack me in my own home? Here we go. breaking through, kind of making it one big room now. That works. Rachel D chilling in the chat. What up? Okay, we'll get all this dug out. And the only thing that kind of scares me is I think there's only like one block between me and lava right now. So I'm a little nervous to drop more TNT. But hard to say. Stein, I got you in my DMs under a minute. I don't know what you mean by that, but sure. Here, I need to be careful. Silk Boy is about to break. He's on the edge and he's about to break. So I'm going to swap out here, and then I think what I'm going to do is use the rest of this TNT to try and get rid of the stuff that's on top of me right now. And then we will head back home and repair all of my stuff, which, thanks to our new fancy mob spawner, shouldn't take very long at all. Here we go. I do have a shovel. Like, when I play single player, I actually very rarely carry a shovel with me. My wife has actually always given me crap about not having one. I've actually noticed myself carrying a hoe more often than a shovel lately. What is your opinion on The Bad Guys 2? Actually, I haven't seen it yet, but I do actually want to go see that. My wife and I, we actually saw the first one. We saw it once, I think, in theaters, and we might have even seen it once in the drive-thru. For anyone who doesn't know, like, a drive-thru movie theater, you just, like, park your car, and there's, like, a big screen, and you, like, hook up your... You change your radio to a certain radio station, and it, like, plays the audio through your radio. And then you, like, sit in your car and have, like, a cute date, and there's, like, a popcorn stand, and you can go get snacks, and, you know, stay up late and watch movies. But yeah, no, the first one was actually, like, pretty funny. It's, I think Bradley Cooper plays the main wolf guy, the, like, main, like, robber. And I like Bradley Cooper, he's pretty funny. I feel like he doesn't get a lot of, credit. Yes, my wife does play Minecraft, as she just said in the chat. Honestly, she probably plays it more than me at this point, except for, like, excluding the stream. Like, she plays it just for fun more than I do. I actually saw yesterday that Mumbo Jumbo beat Minecraft for the first time the other day. Apparently he's just never legitimately beat the game. Go figure. But, yeah, no, Bad Guys 2, I would love to go see that at some point. Maybe we can do that this weekend. If it's still in theater. That is actually an option. Oh, God. Just ignore that. I saw the Mumbo Jumbo. Yeah, they also started a new season of Hermitcraft, which, I personally don't watch Hermitcraft. I know what it is, I've never watched it. And, the new season started, so I, decided to check it out, because it's the start of the new season, so I was watching Mumbo's, perspective. And, I might check out some of the other perspectives today. But, it is interesting. I would love to join an SMP like that. I was actually looking last night to see if there's a way for me to find one to join that has, like, other streamers and stuff. I really don't know how to even go about finding that without one just, like, coming to me. Because I'm noticing a lot of the SMPs I find, the streamers only have, like, 100 subscribers. But for me personally, I have almost 5,000, so I think that I could bring a lot to the table in that regard. It's not in theaters anymore. Okay. yeah, no, if there's anything like playing love, like we can go do that. I don't know. We were talking this morning before my wife left, just like if we had any plans this weekend. And I said, well, we don't have any like actual plans. I would like to get out of the house. You should do a live reaction to The Bad Guys 2. It's in Walmart as a DVD. I mean, I could. By the way, for anyone who is new or returning or whatever, we have the Fulbright mod now. So, torches, while they still like prevent mobs from spawning and stuff, they don't actually produce light because everything is lit up all the time. Oh, right, I was gonna go repair all my stuff. So, that is why everything looks a little bit different today if you are a returning viewer. Here, let me just do this. But the cool thing about that is we can actually see my entire base now, even at night. So you can tell it's nighttime, but it's still super bright out. But yeah, you can see the new nether portal dome that we worked on yesterday. You can also see the rest of the base. I can see that not everybody has liked the stream. You know. It's looking pretty cool. But yeah, no, I can see like into the water now. Like it looks great. That's kind of our whole base layout. So like that's our center room. That's where the cows and the enchanting table are. That's our, you know, little area where we have our item sorter and our villagers are all along here. That's where the dog is and all the automatic redstone farms. And then that's the wheat farm. And then that's the new dome with our nether portal. So we actually have a lot of room where we can expand out this direction. I'm realizing now that I can actually like see it. But yeah, I'm noticing this is not spawning any creatures. So I'm going to go double check this. Holy cow, that's a lot of guys. Yeah, I had a feeling this is what happened. That's the only thing wrong with this farm is it has a little bit of a weird thing with loading chunks. You have to kind of watch it, and sometimes it resets. You need to make sure that it goes for 9, not ticks, but 9, it might actually be ticks now that I'm thinking about it. But like 9 of these spaces in a row to make sure that the water has enough time to dispense and then like go away again before it shoots out more. But if I fly out here, you'll be able to see a little bit. All my little mobs spawning, and hopefully, if I dick around out here a little, should be able to see. Yep, there we go. So you can just kind of see them getting all pushed off. And then the water disappears, and more of them spawn. And if we head down here... Oh, I already almost, like, we're more than halfway refilled on that pick already. That's not the one that was already broken, but still. Stein, you should play COD. I'm actually really bad at COD. I'm okay at, like, Black Ops Zombies and stuff, but in terms of, like, online gameplay, like, I'm actually not that good. There we go. So we'll get a few of these guys taken out. Perfect. Once I'm done digging out that last little bit of an area there, we're going to go look for gas so we can collect gas tiers. Because I really want to fight the dragon tomorrow. There we go. So we can swap these guys out. That's Rich Boy, okay. So we'll fill up Silk Boy real quick. And then we can go looking for gas, which will be great. We actually only need one ghast here, and actually, had I not killed that one ghast over the lava earlier, we would have had it. I saw it fall. Come on, guys. Here. Help it out a little bit. Get some mobs to spawn in. Here we go. Big rain of mobs. The tea is good. 10 out of 10 tea, guys. We killed it for the tea today. There we go. Alright. These mobs don't fall, they crash around me. Should've made that the title, jeez. Yeah, well, every morning, you know, near the start of the stream, my wife leaves around 6:30 for work, so I gotta make her tea for her, you know, as the prominent house husband. And we've gotten into the habit of getting a little bit of a review on the tea, because, you know, every day it's a little bit different. Sometimes there's not enough cream, sometimes there's not enough sugar, but it seems like we killed it today. Male wife. Yeah, just get me like a Japanese maid outfit. We're good to go. No, it's been kind of alright, honestly. Like, I like keeping the house clean. You know, I don't think anybody likes doing dishes, really, but, you know, stayed on top of the dishes, been able to do the cat litter regularly, you know, sweep and keep the house nice, so hasn't been all bad. I know some people might disagree, like, especially some dudes, but overall, it's been a pretty positive experience, I think, for both of us. Like, my wife doesn't really like doing, like, housework like that, so if I can help her out by doing that, and she can still go to work, and I can do my thing, and still make money and pay my bills, so killing the house husband game. And then hopefully today, like, here's the thing, so, like, that job hasn't gotten back to me all week, but the recruiter has, basically being like, yeah, no, like, they've just been busy. So I'm hoping, because today's Thursday and they're kind of running out of time, I will hear back today about the job I've been holding out on, and then we will hopefully be good to go. So I'm hoping today's the day, because if they tell me on Friday, it's not really a lot of time for me, like, to decide to be there by Monday. So I'm hoping that because today is Thursday, it's the day that it'll come through. Where are we? We're an hour and 20 minutes in. Let me just kind of organize a little bit here. It's so dumb how witches can swim. Stein plays, you said you play zombies. Black Ops 2 zombies map 5 are certain to miss the future. I said are certain to miss the future. JFK. Yeah, I like Black Ops Zombies 1 and 2. Those are the two that I own. I've played some of the newer ones, but the one I'm most familiar with is the very first one. With Kino der Turton, I think it's called. Yeah, that one rips. Especially when you do the Easter egg and it, like, busts out with, like, the music by, what's her name? Eileen Rain, I think it's called. Her name is. I don't know, it's like that song rips. Like, I've listened to that song, like, unironically. The only thing with the ghast hunting right now that kind of sucks is if a ghast does show up, I can't shoot it with a bow unless I put my looting sword in the offhand, or else I have a lower chance of getting tears. So I want to try and do it with a return to sender so that it counts and I get the looting on it. But I'm pretty sure if you hold a sword with looting in your offhand and shoot it with a bow, you also get the looting effect. So I'm kind of hoping that also applies to the trident as well, so I can just huck a trident at it. but I actually don't know. So, we're gonna find out. We're gonna have Dora the Explorer this ghast. Do you see the ghast? Oh, speaking of which. Let me, pop my armor back on. Where's this guy? Where's this dude? Oh, there's Strider here. Do I like Hamilton? I'm actually not familiar with Hamilton, like the musical, right? I actually am not super familiar with it. I think it was more popular in the States just because it kind of dealt with their, you know, history. So yeah, not something I am super familiar with. It's called Kino der Toten. Yeah, that one. Yeah, no, that map. A friend of mine, when that first came out, like I went with him. He went to the Target near my university and bought it, and brought it back. And he was like, we have to play this. And I was like, all right, like what is this? And then like we got so into it. Like, I think we played it for like 8 hours straight. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure I'd love it. I love theater. Yeah, my wife is a bit of a theater nerd. I just shouldn't say nerd, but she worked in a theater for a long time. So she's very familiar with like theater production and like that whole thing. You know, she's got to show me her little booth that she used to work out of, and got to meet a bunch of her old like, I guess, co-workers, you'd call them. We'll actually probably be going to a choir in the next, like, month or so. That her mother is a part of. They do, like a Christmas choir thing in the town where she's from, so we usually go and show support every year. Yeah, no, Hamilton, like, that's the thing, right? Like, it's American history, so I actually don't really, like, you learn about American history in Canada, but, like, because, like, you know, they are our next door neighbors, but it's not, like, the main focal point. So, like, if you want to know American history as a Canadian, you kind of have to, like, learn it yourself. And, you know, watching the news lately has definitely made me more aware of U.S. law. Because, you know, the orange guy is making it everyone's problem to know U.S. law. But, you know, it is what it is. Mom's shows are actually this weekend. Oh, alright then. There you go. So we'll keep getting this. Thanks for the 6 likes, guys. I appreciate that. Hey, ancient debris. I just don't want to lose it. There we go. So we have enough now to make the netherite hoe. So that means we need 4 more, I think. No, 3 more, because we have a piece of scrap. So 3 more ancient debris. And we have enough netherite to make netherite everything. Like, obviously I'm using netherite armor right now, but the good thing about netherite, though, is it doesn't burn. Not that it would ever burn anyways, because this is hardcore, so if you die, you die, but you know what I mean. So yeah, let's finish getting this kind of dug out here. Also, anyone who is watching Hell of a Boss, right? Or not Hell of a Boss. I keep saying Hell of a Boss. It's Hasman Hotel. Hey, Wembu. Good to see you. Yeah, no, we watched the new episodes of Hasman Hotel last night, and oh boy. There's some stuff going down. You guys ever been to Vancouver, Ontario? Or Ontario? I hope I can move to one of those places eventually, or Australia. So my grandmother, actually, who passed away a few years ago, and my Opa, who still lives out there, they lived on Nanaimo, which is an island just off the coast of, like, BC. And I've never had a chance to go out there. I'd love to. And, like, I'd even have, like, a place to stay. But, yeah, no, I do have family out there. I also have family in Ontario as well. Quite a few, actually. I'd say, like, out of all the provinces I haven't been to, I'd want to go to, like, probably one of, like, the more northern provinces, because, like, you know, like, you have, like, the Northwest Territories and stuff, like, all the territories in, you know, more northern provinces that, like, people don't really know a lot about. But years ago, I actually met a girl who, this was, like, years before I met my wife. I met a girl from the Northwest Territories, and we tried to go for a drink, and they wouldn't accept her ID because nobody from the Northwest Territories ever comes to where I live. So they thought it was fake, and we had to get, like, an old guy from the back who had seen them before, and he was just like, oh yeah, no, that's real. It was just bizarre, right? Because, like, you'd think, like, all Canadians would be familiar with all the different provinces and their IDs, but, like, nope. Turns out meeting people from Northwest Territories is not that common. That being said, like, I've been to Toronto many times. What are you doing in the nether? Why are you mining a box? So right now, you can see our nether portal is up there. And I'm mining all of this out so that I can fill all of this with, basically you do a layer of colored glass and then a layer of air, and then you kind of repeat the pattern up. And then at the bottom, you put a light source with colored carpet and of the same color of glass. So, like, if it's like red glass, you use red carpet, and then you put a light source underneath it. And then what that does is it makes like a cloudy effect in the glass. So I'm sure you've probably seen, like, on servers and stuff where, like, the ground looks like it's like a frosted glass or like a cloudy glass. That's how they do it. It's actually like 9 layers of glass, maybe more, just layered on top of each other with a, you know, layer of air in between. JFK was a dolphin, so why not? So basically what we're doing right now is we're making a nether hub, and I want to make it look cool, obviously. So we are going through and digging all this out. And actually our netherite mine is just off in this direction here. You can kind of see it over here. This staircase right now. So we're digging all this out right now so that we can have a cool nether hub. And then we actually only need like 4 more pieces of ancient debris, and then we have full netherite. So as long as I don't break anything by not paying attention to the durability, which, you know, that'll never happen to me. You know, cut back to season 2 when I had Rich Boy like 3. But yeah, no, once you have all this dug out, we can use all the glass we got, dye it a color. Depending on what color we want, we may have to go collect dye. But it also gives us an excuse to make a dye farm. And then we can have a cool looking nether. Thankfully, I have the Fulbright resource pack now too, so everything doesn't look super dark. Stein plays, did you know Vancouver is the most used Canadian city for movies that take place in America? I did know that, actually. Funnily enough, the area where I live, they film a lot of movies here, too, because there's a lot of older architecture here. And because of how the architecture is, it's used for a lot of, like, 1800s movies and stuff. So yeah, there's actually, like, celebrities in town, like, fairly often. Just, like, filming things in front of, like, old buildings. There's a bunch of, like, heritage buildings and stuff. They use Toronto's for a movie that take place in New York. Yeah, like, for example, I think, like, The Dark Knight, I think a lot of that was filmed in Toronto. Even though Gotham is supposed to be New York City, technically. A lot of people kind of make that argument, like, no, Gotham isn't New York. It's New York. Like, it's literally, like, a nickname for New York City. It used to be Gotham. Here, let me... oops. That was close. But yeah, no, a lot of American shows actually take place in Canada, if you can believe that. How much of this do I have left? Can I just, like, blow this up? Yeah, whatever. We'll dig it out. But yeah, no, if you can believe that, a lot of American shows and movies and stuff actually are filmed in Canada. We should stop using each other's cities. Yeah, really. Especially because, like, Trump right now is trying to, like, charge Canadians for American media, and it's like, bro, you make half of it here. like, what do you mean? Like, oh, we're gonna charge you a service tax for watching American television in Canada. Okay, then you can't make it anymore. Like, it's so dumb. Like, I want to make it very clear. Like, I love Americans. Like, I have no problem with Americans. Like, I have family members who live in the States. Like, it's whatever. But, you know, that dude's gotta... Again, not trying to be political or anything on this channel. Like, it's kind of the last thing I want to do. But there's a lot of problems happening right now, and I only see one person causing them all. I think if everybody just sat down in the same room and instead of arguing or, you know, having a pissing match, just genuinely went, what do you want? What would it take to fix it? You know, can we avoid, you know, attacking each other over stuff and just talk it out? I feel like a lot of problems would get solved real quick. Yeah, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Perfect example. Filmed in Vancouver. It's supposed to be an American high school. Actually, I haven't seen that movie in forever. It used to be a friend of mine's, like, favorite movie. So she would, occasionally make us watch it. Jeez, there's so many mobs here. Seven likes, thanks guys. Sorry, I missed that, but whoever liked, you're the MVP. Why is there so many lava in this little chunk here? Here, let me see if I can just TNT this out. Can I just, like, make, like, a channel through this? Yeah, let me just, like... I'm hoping this doesn't aggro a bunch of things, but only one way to find out. Wow. That went surprisingly well. Huh. Let's just, here, I'll go down 2 blocks just to make it safer. We'll just, double layer this, so that if I ever accidentally, poke at it, I don't immediately fall to my death. The only people who would still have beef with the USA is North Korea. Not true. That is super not true. China has beef with the U.S. Russia has beef with the U.S. Honestly, right now, even Canada is starting to get a little annoyed with the U.S. But, like, in the U.S.'s defense, right, like, you know, they do kind of, you know, supply NATO with a lot of its, you know, military and firepower, so, you know, credit where credit's due. Like, it's not like America doesn't do anything for the rest of the world. America does a lot for the rest of the world, and I'm sure the world is very thankful for that, but, you know, at what point is it, hey, we're, you know, allies, and hey, we're doing what America says, regardless if it's right or wrong? You know, that's where you gotta kind of draw the line at some point. Anyways, we're playing Minecraft, guys. I don't want to get more political on here, you know? It's supposed to be a chill stream. I'm kind of just going off. Just trying to keep the silence demons away, you know? So, I'm gonna just finish patching this up. And we're gonna go look for gas tiers because we need at least one more for tomorrow's endeavors. Want your character to look like... I've actually been debating on changing my skin a little bit too to make it look a little bit less like the anime character that it's based off of. I actually saw Filza this morning had someone send him a shot from the Bleach manga because his Minecraft character is heavily influenced by a Bleach character, and it looks like his Bleach character in the manga was trying to make a nether portal. Guys, come on. Are you serious? I need to fill in this one spot. Come on. Can you please just, like, not? Just, guys. Guys. Thank you. There we go. Jesus Christ. Dude, my keyboard. Wembu, your keyboard, no! Here. Try and, double layer as much as I can here. It's not letting me type in long sentences. Sorry. Here, we'll just, tidy this up a little bit. You know, it takes one ghast and GG's, so. Can I get this? Maybe. Tidy this up. Geez, that was loud music. Carefully. Don't worry about all these mobs as well. What'll end up happening is mobs can't naturally spawn on glass. You know what, Stein? Let me see if Camille can join. Alright. Not sure who that is, but sure. Once we fill all this in with glass, it won't matter because things can't spawn on glass, I'm pretty sure. So right now, it's just a matter of getting a big open space underneath the portal. Geez, my pinky is hurting from shifting so much. need to turn on toggleable shift. Toggleable. That's a weird word to say. Ooh, I almost punched that dude. Okay. That's good. Yeah, we'll TNT this out a little bit later. I'm just not doing it right now because we're just kind of wasting time. Let me make a bit of a spiral staircase up here. Have I thought about playing on MSP or... I'm assuming you mean SMP. Yeah, I was actually looking into it last night, trying to find one that had some people streaming on it. Because I want to do one that's sort of like Hermitcraft, where like everybody is streaming. So that way, like, you know, you get different perspectives on things, you know, different plot and interactions. But I'd have to be like invited to something like that, because trying to find one yourself is a little awkward. But if anyone has anything like that going on, by all means, if you want to drop me an invite, I am looking to start doing stuff like that. So, okay. So we have a way back up here. Fortunately, we know where our tunnels are. That's one tunnel there, and I believe that's another one over there. So I'm going to quickly just make a little path over to this one, because I don't think we actually dug this one out. And that way is Basalt Delta. This way is more Nether Waste, and there's more likely to be a ghast in Nether Waste. So I'm hoping we can go this way and then break out. And we will have our spot where we can hunt gas. So let me just there we go. And yeah, let's start digging through this way, and we'll go hunt some gas. You know, hopefully... Okay, this is Crimson Forest, so that is definitely not Nether Waste. So we can change direction here. And let me just do a bit of that action. Keep OSHA happy. And with the power of 7 likes and anime on my side, let's go look for some gas. I need to get like an ocarina or like some kind of recorder, like those like little plastic like flute things. Oh, there's still Sand Valley. That's, I think, gas spawn there, right? Here, let's go check it out. Soul Sand Valley has a lot of like interesting properties to it, especially if you can find a nether fortress. For example, so a nether fortress in a Soul Sand Valley will have more wither skeletons in it, because that's kind of the only thing that can spawn there is skeletons. Like obviously you can get blazes and, you know, other, you know, mobs that are in those spawners, but oh, that's really all the blocks I collected? Lame. But yeah, no, there is they're a really good spot if you're trying to make like a wither skeleton farm. This is where you'd want to find a fortress to do one. Same with a warped forest, because you can only find endermen in warped forests. And that makes it so you can, because only endermen spawn there, you don't have to worry about piglins or pigmen, so it actually increases the spawn rate of everything else that spawns there. And because endermen don't typically spawn in fortresses, that means the only thing that's going to spawn in the fortress is blazes from the spawners, blazes from the fortress, and wither skeletons, and like just normal skeletons. So if you're ever trying to set up a wither farm, one of those two biomes is like probably your best bet if you want it to be like at least kind of efficient. I know on my single player file, I think mine's in a Soul Sand Valley. if I recall correctly. But let's make a tunnel going this way. To my right is the basalt delta, so I'm trying to see if there's a way we can avoid that. The good news is this area is actually pretty well dug out, so we are in good shape in that regard. I don't like that we can fall off this and potentially die to fall damage, but, you know, just be careful, I guess. We got 25 people in the chat today, guys, so shout out to you. This is actually the biggest stream I've had in a little while. I don't know what happened. My viewership dropped off, like, really hard for a few weeks. But it seems to be back, and that's great for me because, you know, always want to keep you guys happy. This might actually be the end portal, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's just pop in here real quick and see where it takes us. But I think this might actually be the end. Yeah, it is. So, good to know. Definitely not the plan for right now, but in the future, I could actually grab a bunch of end stone and decorate that room. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Henry says you said don't me. Okay. Why the other days you have 1 viewer and other days you have 30 viewers? By the way, how are you? Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like, today we have 31, which is, you know, I'm content with that. That's actually more viewers than I've had in the past, like, 2 weeks, so, shout out to everybody who's here. Shout out to everybody who's leaving a like as well. Shout out to this ancient debris. Just, like, coming in to say hello. Look at this. So that puts us at 2. So we actually only need, like, 2 more. Henry said you don't remember me. Now I remember you. I just didn't know who he was talking about, but I remember your, like, channel name. 8 likes. Killing it with the like game. Coming in with the 8 likes. You got a shout out and you get a shout out. You get a shout out and you get a shout out and you get a shout out. Sorry, I had to think of the inflection there. Okay, don't stare at that guy. This guy, he wants to be a boat club member, but I don't. Actually, I do have boats on me. You know what? Just for you, my friend. Where'd he go? There he is. Let's see if this guy wants to join the boat club. Yep, looks like it. Here you go, exclusive membership just for you, my friend. Oh, well, you're jealous too? Okay, you can join the boat club too. It's fine. Here, we'll just get you in there. Dang, sharpness 5 axe, man. I always forget to put sharpness on my axes, and, like, I really shouldn't. Does so much damage. Stein is feeling a little bit charitable, decided to make him a member of the boat club. Yeah, exactly. Give him an exclusive membership. You know, make him feel like he's part of the family. You know, of course I gotta put him through initiation, but... You know, a little bit of light hazing. And by light hazing, I mean, an axe to the head, but, you know, that's light hazing in Minecraft. Whoa, we jumped up to 10 likes. Holy cow, thanks, guys. Killing the like game today. Killing the viewer game. Just killing Minecraft today. Anyways, I gotta go. See you later. Alright, see ya. Here, let's keep it moving. That's all nether waste. I could actually go check out that way. Because we're starting to get into Basalt Delta again. But the cool thing is we have, like, all the biomes around. Hey, Stein, should I make a hardcore world right now and 5 me X? I mean, you could. It is a free world, my friend. Show me your skills. Let's see it. Ooh, I almost stared at that guy. Here. We'll do a little side branch off this way to see if there is any gas. Who knows? One might pop up and say hello. Just a heads up, guys. So I'm on day 288, and I'm not sleeping. So this is going to last a lot longer than, you know, each day is 20 minutes. But I'm trying to get it so that day 300 lands on tomorrow's stream. So that we get day 300, which, by the way, we did break the record for longest hardcore file on this channel. Oops. Oh, I don't see... Oh, there he is. Sir. Sir, this is a Denny's. No, it's more of a Wendy's. Hey, there we go. We got some gas tiers. Just, secure the package. Yo, we got enough. That's great. That was 3. So I believe it's only 1 gas tier to make an end crystal. And we need 4 end crystals to summon the dragon. So, just a heads up, yeah. So today I'm going to try and purposely make it so that we end on day 299, I think. And then tomorrow we'll fight the dragon for day 300. And it's sort of a double whammy of, hey, look, we hit day 300, and also here's a dragon. Is this your first hardcore world? No, this is season 3, so we've had 3 of this series of live streams just on this channel, but I've also done like ultra hardcore. I've done like other hardcore files on my channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Whoa, who said that? But yeah, no, I've done a few hardcore files. I think I've beaten hardcore like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 times total now, something like that. See, the thing is like, I sort of don't, oh my god, I sort of don't like counting when I do speedruns, because like, is that even really hardcore at that point? Oh, I'm getting really good at swatting these. Or not. Okay. Stop that. I am trying to talk to my chat. That was quite rude. I'll get rid of the basalt. Take another music disc, because why not? I would love to get the music box one. I can't remember what it's called. But there was like the normal version, and then there's like the music box version. Weird that we're getting a bunch of gas in a warped forest, or like right beside it. But yeah, no, we need gas tiers so that we can make end crystals. And then with creator, yeah, that's it. Yeah, creator, the like music box version of it. But yeah, we need it to make end crystals to resummon the ender dragon. So right now I'm just sort of running through and seeing what's over here, just in case I'm missing anything. Because that could be Bastion territory, but I think we're okay. I think you get the disc in trial chambers. That makes sense. Which we also haven't found in this file either. I wouldn't mind getting another cartographer and seeing what he has to say about that. But the good news is we have our gas tier, so let's head back to the house and we'll make some end crystals, and I'll show you what they are and why they're so spooky. But the good thing is we do have that end portal right there, so we don't need to make a big long trip to the end tomorrow. We can head right there and start the fight like almost immediately. Maybe hang out for like 20 minutes, just kind of get things ready, you know, get the inventory set up, etc. The good thing though is I don't need to bring a bunch of water buckets and stuff this time, because all that water is still there. I do need to grab the dragon egg though, so that'll be a thing. Let's just drop off some of our extra supplies. Unfortunately, I can't put water down, so if I fall here, it's kind of GG's. But I love the new Fulbright. This is awesome. For anyone who doesn't know, if you get resource packs, right? So like I have this one that makes my Totem of Undying into my skin. Fulbright now makes a resource pack, so you don't need to have Optifine. And what that does is you can see how like bright and kind of colorful it is here. If I disable that, just kind of do one of these. Hopefully this doesn't crash the stream. I didn't really think of that. There we go. See how much darker it is and how the light just doesn't like kind of flow through as nice. It makes it really hard to see things at night. But with the resource pack, now that you guys are here and watching, it makes it way easier to see. See? Nice and bright. And, like, obviously mobs will still spawn. It's not like the world is actually lit up. It's just that you're viewing the world essentially with night vision. So, like, mobs will still spawn. You need to torch things. You know, that's why I haven't gotten rid of all my torches. But for anyone who's streaming or, like, making shorts or videos or anything, like, definitely get this. It's kind of what Dream uses for his manhunts to be able to see. What up, Jeeves? So, let me grab this. We need some glass and we need some obsidian, I believe. There we go. Grab some glass. And we will grab obsidian, which I have somewhere in here. Oh, maybe I had it on me. Look at me go. I mean, I play Minecraft. I know where all my stuff is. I'll just kind of toss this here for now. Actually, where is... There we go. Yes, we need 3 more scrap, and we can make it. But I do want to make my hoe into a netherite one before it breaks. It's on the edge and it's about to break. Okay. So if we go end crystal. So yeah, we need gas tiers. I thought it was obsidian, but apparently not. So we need gas tiers, which we have. Glass, and then we need eyes of ender. So the good thing is, even though it's not that, we do have lots of blaze powder. And if I grab this and head over to our clerics, who are currently fast asleep, we can grab ender pearls. So we'll pop these guys together, and then we can make end crystals. So, right, that's what you need the obsidian for. Okay. Let me just toss this in with one of our boats, I guess. Here, do I have... There. Just, make sure it still has some fuel to cook. We'll cook up some of this netherite scrap. Beauty. And sorry, I'm kind of doing 2 things at once here. Grab the gold. We will make a netherite ingot. Let me just toss that in here for a second. Grab that. And Jeeves, you're not looking so hot. Let's get our netherite hoe achievement, which I've wanted to get for a while now. So I'll pop this guy in here. And netherite hoe. Ah! Serious dedication. Let's go. And look at that. Gave me a little bit of durability back. Can't complain about that. Let me just grab my arrows. And we can use this power bow. That's fine. I will show you what end crystals do. Bit of a Dr. Stein demonstration, I guess we'll call it. A doctor destructive demonstration. Sure. So, we only need 4 of these, so it's cool. We can just keep the extra. but we'll throw this down over here where I don't really care what happens. And you put it here. Look kind of familiar, guys? These are the crystals that you blow up when you fight the Underdragon. And when you have 4 of them in the end, it'll respawn the Underdragon. You put it on top of the bedrock instead of the obsidian, but I guess you could put it on top of obsidian too. It'd still work. And usually people use these in PvP and stuff on servers. And the reason being is this. They explode like TNT. But you notice how it didn't explode any blocks below the obsidian. So if you're standing next to this, what someone will do is they'll run by, they'll place obsidian by your feet. Like they'll dig a hole, place obsidian, place a crystal, and then click it. And if they smack it once, it blows up, and then they just take their totem and they survive the explosion, but whoever's beside it doesn't. So that's why these kind of suck to go up against in PvP. I'm not a PvP Minecraft player. Like, I've never really done PvP. It's needless to say, I have no use for them other than summoning the Ender Dragon again. But that is what they do. Dream used one in a trap for one of his Minecraft manhunts a while back. So let me... what do we got here? Guess I can put these back here. That's just netherrack, right? Yep. And we can pollute the ocean for future generations to deal with because it's not our problem. No, don't do that. Actually, don't do that ever. Yeah. That's basically it. So, I guess the big question now is, how full is this? Wow. I guess one of the big questions now is, what color do we make the floor in the nether? Because, like, we can make it a few different colors. Here, do I... Here, I'll chuck it in here for now. Because we have a couple options, right? Like, we can make it red, because we have a lot of poppies. You know, that's, you know... I feel like at this point, that's pretty self-explanatory. But... there's also a few other options, right? Like, we can make it like a dark purple. We can make it like a pink. We can make it green. We even have sea pickles, so we can make it lime green. What do you guys think? Thanks for the 11 likes, guys. Appreciate that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Like, when we make the floor in the nether, what color should it be? Like, there's a big part of me that wants to do it with black and then put like floating candles and lanterns throughout it, but it's hard to say. 12 likes, thanks guys. Hey Gavin. Because part of me is thinking like a lime green would look cool. We could also do purple. Yeah, no, the stream's popping off today. You guys are awesome. Yeah, no, I usually do magenta. You're right, so we should do something different. Green or blue? I mean, because of my color blindness, blue and magenta and purple are like all kind of similar. So I'm sort of thinking we do like lime green, or potentially do like a yellow or something. Like, I sort of want it to look, I'm thinking we make it look sort of like a toxic waste. Here is Ernie, here is Burn, and the 3 amigos. And we'll pet the parrot. Yeah, no, it's kind of hard to say, right? I'm thinking, though, let's go see what the dye looks like. I want to grab some sea pickles. See, I have a couple of these guys, a couple of guards. Oh, you probably have to put them through a furnace. I actually have never made lime green dye before, so this is completely new. Why are you not filling with fuel? There's no way we went through all that fuel. I firmly refuse to believe that. Yeah, what is happening? That's really strange. But here, we'll throw these in. Let me just take these out for now. Just toss in here, whatever. But, yeah, no. What is, Here, I'll just do this so we can grab it. Yeah, lime dye. I think that'll look good. I just want to see why... Do I have my elytra still? Can I, like, cheese this a little? Can I, like... come on, am I hitting a block? Yeah. There we go. Just so we can see what's going on behind here. A little bit of cheaty action going on. Okay. Really? We burned through all that fuel? Wow. Alright. I had thought for sure there was no way. I didn't know he had to cook the pickles. That might be new. I didn't think you had to cook them either. I thought it was only cactus. But whatever. Wow, we actually went through all those slabs. That's crazy. Alright, give me a sec here. We'll, set this up. I did not think we would have went through all that wood. That's, a little disappointing, but... Like, we had a full double chest of slabs. That's crazy. We actually burned through all that. Here, just to keep the fire kind of fed for a bit. Because we also had, like, coal and other stuff in there, too, right? Like, that's insane. That's so much. Might be time to start, thinking about the automatic, bamboo converter. My wife's actually been working on, something similar. Using auto crafters to combine melons back into their full glory. There we go. 33 people and 12 likes, guys. Thanks so much. Killing it with the likes today. Killing it with the people today, honestly. You guys are awesome for showing up. I don't know what changed today, but... My channel's been kind of in the crapper for the past 2 weeks, where I've been getting like 1 viewer, and today I'm at 114 views and 35 people, so... Not entirely sure what happened there, but... I'm definitely thankful. Oh, there we go. There's that last one. So let's get some lime green glass. You know what? That's actually pretty sick. But basically, yeah, I'll show you kind of how the clouded effect works. Just briefly here. I know my roof isn't the tallest, but you'll kind of get the idea. So basically, I can do it. Well, I can't even see it anyways. But see how, like, the more layers of, if I go, like, glass and then air, it gets kind of cloudier? If you do, like, 12 to 16 layers, I can't remember how many layers it actually needs to be. I'll look it up before I, like, actually do it. But what you do is you put a carpet of the same color on the bottom. So, let me just see here. So, like, right here, I would break this block, put some kind of glowstone or something, and then put a lime green carpet, and then stack all of this on top of it. And so the light will actually still go through the carpet a little bit, causing it to look kind of glowy. And then with the glass, it starts to look like a cloudy sort of like, I don't know, like a cloudy fluid. And then I can use one of these resource packs, because we're not using any sort of like Optifine or anything like that. But I think if you use either borderless glass or seamless glass, like one of these, I'll try this one just to see if it's the right one. But see how the glass textures are all kind of connected now? I didn't use it because it looks kind of weird in the house like this. But if you guys like it, I'll keep it. But it just kind of looks like all water blocks to me. It's a little strange. You can even see like the axolotls swimming around a little bit easier. But yeah, when you have stuff like this, then it starts to look like a big clouded, like, ooh, connected texture floor. So yeah, that's kind of the deal I'm going with right now. Let me just get this back. I haven't tested a lot of these resource packs yet, so I don't know how stable they are. So keep that in mind. If the stream randomly crashes, that could be the potential reason as to why. But I just wanted to give you guys the heads up in case that actually does happen. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing good today. Seems like everyone's hanging out for the stream today, which is really cool. So I really appreciate that. Let me throw back the useless bow. And we don't need one torch, so... I don't know. It goes here. Let me... Because here's the thing, too, is like we also need to grow more sea pickles as well. And those only grow on coral. So I'm just trying to see what coral I have the most of. I guess it is fire coral. I'm Bach. I'm pork. All right. And yeah, we should grow a bunch of these sea pickles because we're definitely going to need them. Unfortunately, they only grow on living coral, which we do have. So let's throw down a bunch of this and we'll make a little sea pickle farm. And then this isn't going to be like a permanent fixture. This is just so we have enough dye. Because the only way to get lime green dye, unfortunately, is sea pickles. Same with how getting green dye you only get from smelting cactus. But what we can do is once we plant these, we can bone meal the crap out of it. And each of these individual sea pickles will become 4 sea pickles. So, just kind of throw all these guys down. They kind of look like candles, honestly. It's weird of all things to put in Minecraft, they chose sea pickles. They're a very weird animal. Like, sometimes they just, like, puke up their intestines just because. They're just like, I don't like my intestines today. And they're just like, blah, blah, blah. You can't bone meal the ones on stone and gravel. I mean, we can try it in a sec. Just as like a little experiment. But I'm pretty sure it needs to only grow on the coral. Either way, like, you know, lets me not forget where they are. So. But yeah, guys, thanks for 12 likes. I feel kind of bold asking, but you think we could hit 20 likes today? I don't think we've ever hit 20 on the stream before. That would be crazy. We got to 10 like fairly quickly today. So, here, let's try it on this guy right here. Nope, can't do it. But I believe this one's on coral. Yep. Yeah, so it has to be on coral. The good thing though is it seems to create 4 of them for 1 bone meal. Instead of having to spam bone meal on all of it, so... oh, geez. Oh, and it spreads. I did not know that. Interesting. That I didn't know. So there we go. We just quadrupled our supply. I did not know it spread. That is good to know. I wouldn't have collected nearly as much of it if I knew that. You know, it's not a resource I use very often. You know, I've never made lime green dye before, so... did I turn full bright back on? I guess I didn't. Resource... oh, maybe I did. Oh, I wonder if it's just because it's raining. Interesting. I didn't even know you can make sea pickles. Yep. And then I don't know if fortune necessarily works, but that might be a bit of a stretch, but such a weird sound. There we go. Let's just grab as many of these as we can, and we'll start cooking them up. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I thought I was going to need way more bone meal, so I'm glad that I don't. Oh, it like skipped a block. Weird. Ah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm drowning. The world's burning, etc., etc. Okay. I'm just glad we got our gas tiers really fast. Someone just double check for me that it is only 4 crystals you need to revive the dragon. I think it is, but for some reason my brain's just like, no, it's 6. But if someone could confirm that for me quickly, that would be great. Just so that I don't spend today, being 1 short because we did our little experiment. Not that I can't go quickly find a gas with the elytra, like we totally can, but... oops, I am killing the coral. I'm destroying the coral reef with my polluting garbage and pickaxe. 100% just 4. Okay. Good to know. Thanks, guys. Because that'll make tomorrow really awkward. For those who don't know, we are doing a resurrected dragon fight tomorrow. I usually stream between 6 a.m. and whenever I feel like. So, what time is it now? 8:20 a.m. for me, EST. So for Eastern Standard Time, for anyone who's wondering, I'm Canadian. So if you do want to be around for the dragon fight tomorrow, make sure you subscribe and hit your notification bell so you know when I'm live. Again, I hate self-promotion, but, it is what it is. I'd really prefer not to have to do that, but it's the only way I can really grow the channel. And then, yeah. We'll fight the dragon tomorrow. We'll grab the dragon egg. And we can kind of go from there. I already have an elytra, but I wouldn't mind grabbing more shulker boxes tomorrow. That's sort of been on my mind lately, so... Here, we'll do a bit of this action. There we go. Here in the USA, your stream starts really early. Also, I have EST. Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm a mechanical engineering technologist, and a lot of manufacturers, plants and stuff like that, start at 7 a.m. And so when I was out of a job, I just kind of like kept the same schedule because my wife, she still works and she's also in manufacturing. So the stream is basically like the minute I wake up, I just like hop on my computer and start it. Which, is good or bad depending on how you look at it, but helps me get in a large stream pretty early in the day and not have to compete with too many people on the East Coast. And then as I progress on, apparently the majority of my viewers are online at around 11 a.m. So if I keep the stream going until then I get like kind of a second wave of viewers coming in. It's a lot of people from Australia right now, actually. But when I first started, it was actually a lot of people from like India and Bangladesh and like a few other places around there. And we've kind of expanded out from the early streams. Now we're hitting Australia too. So it's been really cool interacting with people like literally on the other side of the world from me. As a kid, just like thinking like, oh, like I'm talking to someone on the other side of the world. Like that's crazy. I know it's not as big of a deal nowadays, but I still think it's pretty cool. So here, we'll collect all this up. The The other thing, too, is might be time to bring sheep down here now that I'm thinking about it. Because we're going to need a bunch of lime green carpet. Like a butt ton of it, actually. So, let's kind of keep going with our glass here for a sec and try and get a shulker box full of it. Hopefully I get enough dye. We got like probably close to 3 or 4 stacks of pickles, so I just like, is this faster? Yeah, kinda. But yeah, no guys, thanks for the likes, thanks for the views. Shout out to everybody on the other side of the planet watching this and, you know, taking time out of your day. You know, I'm just some random dude from Canada, just, you know, killing time. Let's do a bit of this action. Hey, Prodarian. I'm about at full netherite armor. Still need boots. Yeah, Prodarian's been hanging out in the Twitch side of things. For those who don't know, we do have a few people in the Twitch side of our chat. So I am streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. We actually have 4 people watching on Twitch today, which is pretty high numbers for me on Twitch, to be honest. Because our fan base is a little bit new on the Twitch side. Oh, your emojis just came through, Prodarian. Didn't see them initially. But, yeah, no, we're slowly building up a little bit of a fan base there. We're at 49 followers, so if anyone prefers watching on Twitch, by all means, go over there. And, yeah. Sorry, it's really small, Prodarian, so I can't see it. I know the first one was crying, next one was Homer Simpson, the other ones I can't tell what that was. I'll get some more glass. I don't know why that happened, but sure. Okay. Almost there. We almost got the full shulker, and then what I can do is, you know what, I'll start it now while the rest of it cooks, because we need to get it anyways. It's a sleeping moose. Man, moose are scary. I don't think people realize how big moose are. I know it's like a very like Canadian thing to say, but like mooses will like mess you up, man. Fun fact, one of the main predators of moose are killer whales, aka orcas. Because moose, what they'll do is they'll actually jump off of like 15-foot cliffs and like, you know, the side of like water and stuff to dive down to get fish and like plants at the bottom of rivers. And sometimes, you know, parts of the ocean, depending on how close they are to the ocean. And orcas will actually grab them and hold them underwater and drown them and eat them. I don't even know if they actually eat them. They might just drown them for fun because orcas are like messed up like that. But yeah, orcas are scary animals. You know, like I used to grow up around, you know, there's like marine land and things like that. And, you know, I went to marine land when I was very, very young. It's now closed down because of like animal rights things. But yeah, no, orcas will mess you up. They look really cool. And like everyone was like, oh yeah, Free Willy. Like they're so gentle and whatever. Like, no, man, they're really not. They're very smart, too. They've actually started attacking boats on purpose because they're tired of humans' crap. So, let's see. We're trying to get some sheep. Unfortunately, it appears that I had like 16 or so sheep just like wandering around. And what seems to have happened is they've all kind of dispersed again, which sucks because I really need that carpet. So I'm going to try and grab a few of them. Do I have my leads on me, actually? Yeah, here we go. So just kind of, you know, drag these guys with me. Darn PETA. There's actually a statistic that PETA is responsible for more death in animals than like a lot of like the meat industry. because they end up, you know, trying to save all these animals, but then don't actually have places for them to go or like food for them. It's pretty messed up. Like their message is good, but their execution of their plan is needs some work. Like I have nothing against saving animals. I think everybody can agree that's like a, you know, generally good thing. It's alright, homie. We'll save you. Just make sure you float. Plays breed the sheep with the cow. Yeah, basically. So my plan currently is to get these sheep into boats, and then I can get them into our little silo here. And then before I drop down with them, I will make sure they don't fall all the way down to the basement. And then we can put them in with our redstone farms right now. And I'll make a little pen for them, and we can start breeding them up, and we can dye them all. Here's the thing, I want to keep 2 of them white, because I do want to start an automatic wool farm. But I will breed a few and keep 2 white ones off to the side. And, oh, no, don't take those. And then, yeah, we should be good to continue with our endeavors. So here, let me grab you. Put you in your own boat. There we go. Imposter Stein plays. I've never really played Among Us. I don't know about you guys, but that was, I kind of missed the boat on that one. Get it? Missed the boat. There we go. Sorry, Dolphin. These are not toys. I feel like it's like when I hang out with my cat and I'm like trying to do something and it keeps attacking me. I was like, buddy, it's not a toy. This dolphin's like worse than my own IRL pet. Okay, so basically, I'll kind of show you what I've got going on here. So this is our little porthole here. I know a porthole is typically... Oh, it's already blocked off. Well, then that's even easier. I can just do the whole thing. We can hopefully get this guy up here. I might have to use a block. Use prismarine, I guess, because it's all I have. Oh, geez. That was not part of the plan. There. What up, Gilfor? This is Gilmore the Fourth for anyone who's new here. We had Gilmore the First in our first hardcore series. And then we died. So we made Gilmore the Second, who died on episode, I think, 4 of season 2. It's getting us our cherry blossom. Dang it. Sorry, I am screwing this up hard. So we made Gilmore the Third, who stuck with us all through season 2. And now we have Gilmore the Fourth, aka Gilfor. Here, this should probably work. So yeah, we'll lead up the boat. And we can get up here. There we go. Get my lead back. And then I should be able to just get this guy down here. And then I can hopefully just kind of sneak past here. And we'll just block this off for a sec. There we go. We have a sheep underwater. Alright, Mordecai. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. Appreciate it. And yeah, that's basically the whole process. So what I'm going to do now is just go grab the other two. And we'll destroy our little parkour we had going on over here. Bring them on over. Under the direct supervision of Gilfor. Dude just looks stoned. Whoa, dude, you got sheep in the water. That's crazy. You are no longer in the boat, are you? Here, can I just like... There we go. Put slabs around the porthole so you can have easier. It's actually not a bad idea, honestly. There we go. And I will just quickly do a bit of this action. Get you guys starting the breeding process. There we go. And we'll get one more who is up here. There he is. And it's almost nighttime, so I just want to get this done as quick as possible. We really need to get a conduit, too. I was talking to my wife about that yesterday. Need to really work on trying to figure out an easy way to source the shells for that. Oh, that fell. Well, so did that one. I'm a pro Minecrafter for sure. Oop, there we go. And that's good. Oops. No, you're good. You're good. Here. See? We're friends. Haha, we're friends. Okay. I'll leave that blocked off for just a sec. Can you guys get through here? I don't think you can. Where's my axe? There we go. Gentlemen. Yeah. And lady and unspecified gendered sheep. Let's get into here. I don't know why they're stuck, but okay. Just go. Do I have to, like, drag you through here? Like, what's happening? Weird. Alright, I guess we're doing this one at a time. Welcome to your new home. Please don't get attacked by the dogs. There we go. No, no, you get back here. There we go. Perfect. We have our sheep. And the child appears to be following the mother, so that's good. And that one just decided to come under its own volition. Look at him go. Inspiration to us all. Okay. Perfect. We got our sheep. Let me keep the breeding going. I don't know where that other sheep went. There you are. Okay, whatever. You guys are now trapped. What I'm thinking is we go grab... I probably have fence posts already made, right? I got a few. Here, toss this back in here. I'll grab these dark oak ones and oak ones just to kind of reduce reuse kiki over here. Toss away some of our boats. There we go. And I'll put it over here for now. And just kind of round up all these guys. I don't know where they're all heading, but Yeah, it appears to be... I think it's every 5 minutes you can breed sheep, so... We'll, hopefully collect all of them into here and start being able to breed them. And then I just need to make sure that I keep 2 of them as white sheep. I think you can re-dye them after the fact, but... there we go. And I think I still have iron in here, right? I did. Netherrack, gold. What's in this one? Nope. I really should have iron in here. I did at one point, but that's fine. There. Full netherite armor. Let's go. Here, I'll just do a quick sneak out of here. Doing a sneak. And has it been 5 minutes yet? Are you guys gonna like actually breed? There we go. So let me go grab my dye. Wow, we actually got a lot. Here, I'll leave a bunch of it in here for now. And because once we breed 2 lime sheep, then it'd just make more lime sheep, I think, right? So that's how genetics works, right? Here we'll go 1 here and 1 here. 1 here. And then, let me just get this prismarine out of here so I don't lose it. Stick it in with all my other water-related things, I guess. We need shears, which I do have. Just kind of fill that up a little bit. Oh, I gotta put the doors back on that hallway as well. We'll do it like this. It's a little bit better. There we go. Do it like that. There, that works. Okay. So let's go shear our sheep. And then we can make carpets. And we can slowly start working towards having enough for the nether hub. There we go. And we can use a couple of these to... Oh, I guess we just need 1. Do that. The only thing that kind of sucks that I didn't take into consideration is they have no way to eat. So let's go grab some grass blocks. Which I do have. There's some. Whatever. There. And let me just get out my axe again. There we go. Okay, sorry, just give me 1 sec. The sun is coming up, so I just want to throw up my blind. I have it here, like, prepared. I just haven't thrown it up yet, so just give me, like, 30 seconds. Okay. There we go. Wow, that's still really bright. Alright, I guess I just kind of need to shift in my chair a little bit and hope it doesn't get me killed. There we go. Alright. Shout out to you guys for the 12 likes, too. Like, Jesus. Killing it today. So here, we'll... I see. Kind of keep an eye on that. Yeah, that's not great. I'm doing this because all the ones I just sheared, they can't recover their wool unless they eat grass. And I'm doing one on the outer area where they can't reach because sometimes they have a tendency to overeat. And then what ends up happening is all the grass blocks turn into dirt, and then they are screwed and don't actually ever get their stuff back. There we go. And then we can dig out some of this. Homie here would kindly get out of the way. There we go. There, that works. Here, whatever. And then this row is going to be kind of the trickier one. So I'm going to do it one at a time. There we go. We just need to hope that the grass spreads faster than they eat it. That row is kind of sketchy. I'm going to leave that. But here we go. Yeah, so we should actually be able to breed another one. And one of you guys should grow up soon. Just feed them a stack of wheat. Hopefully that'll kind of jumpstart the process a little bit. And then when the larger ones decide that they want to eat some, like that, they will get their wool back. So now all we gotta do is sit here and hopefully get some. Those sheep don't look healthy. Yeah, they're radioactive sheep. We can even end up doing the, I think it's the Jeb underscore or whatever that makes it have the techno sheep. No, Jeb underscore I think makes them upside down. I can't remember the one that makes them, like techno sheep. The sheep of the techno. It's that one and Jeb underscore. Okay, yeah. I thought so. I always get them mixed up. So we'll leave that for a second. And kind of let them do their thing. I can already see that they're starting to burn through all that grass, so I might have to expand this a little bit. Here, let's go over here. We'll move them over this way. There we go. And we can expand their pit a little bit with all this wood. That's fine. Do this. Come on, really? None of you guys are ready yet? Fine. Whatever. And we can do this. I'm just worried that they're going to eat all of the grass, so this can get out of hand pretty quick. So I'm just going to give them a bigger area now before it becomes a problem. There we go. Make some sticks. Get spruce fences. There. we can break some of this down. Thankfully, I have like wheat for days, so don't gotta worry about running out of any of that. Come on, man. You're telling me none of these sheep can breed? Here. Starting our little collection of carpet and wool. There we go. See, this won't take nearly as long once we get the sheep going. It's just a matter of starting the initial farm. Once we get the initial farm started and have like 16 sheep, like this will go real fast. But I guess I can sort of show off how we're going to do this. So let me just make a bunch of carpet, I guess. There we go. I really wanted to be able to breed these guys a couple times before I went back to the nether. But it's okay, I guess. Here, let me get rid of some extra stuff. I'm trying not to get rid of too much cobblestone right now because I know we don't have a lot of it. But we'll take this. And let's head back to the nether and I can kind of show you guys. Oh, you know what we do need? We need some kind of block that glows. I will use glowstone, I guess. Do I have emeralds? Not a lot. Do I have more glowstone in here? I guess not. Okay. I'll show you guys how this works, and then we can kind of go from there. To be honest, I don't know if it's going to work with the Fulbright, but we'll see. Okay. So, oh wow, I'm still needing elytra. I need to be mindful of that. But essentially what's going to happen... Here, I'll do it like kind of beside it here. We'll take out... I guess we can just start it here. It's fine. I'll look it up after the fact to see like what the actual like layers need to be. But we do this, and then we grab a bunch of our lime. And what we need to do is I'll use some of it beside it just to kind of show. But we go like this. And then we go up. And then we do another layer like this. Then go up. Again, I don't know how many layers. I think it's between 12 and 16. So like this is 4. This is 5. That's 6. 7. So you can kind of see it starting here. See how it's starting to get to be like kind of like a foggy effect? There we go. Almost at the top. Those are like 8 or 9 layers. There you go. 2 more. So I'm pretty sure this is basically at the top. And you can kind of see, like, see how right here, how it kind of gives it like a foggy glass effect? That's sort of what we're going for. And so we'll do this around the entire base, essentially. And, yeah, we'll call it there. That actually doesn't look too bad. Like, you can't tell there's a carpet down there anymore, so I feel like this is more than tall enough. The only problem that kind of sucks is I am 1 block off. So, I want the top layer to end in glass, so we'll, quickly do this. Just kind of take down all of this. which is good because like at least we know, where we need to start it. And the hole is definitely deep enough. Pause. So we should be good to go once we have the materials. We just need to keep getting enough carpet to cover this entire area. And then glowstone we can get fairly easy by buying it, but we can also just go around looking for it. The other thing we can do is we could go collect prismarine, but I kind of wanted to use the prismarine ones around the house. So that's why I'd prefer to not do that. But yeah, that's essentially it. So what we can do is I tried to hit an enderman, it moved, and it was going to hit. Let's see, we can just kind of swap this out. So yes, the glowstone is going to have to go on a layer one above this, which in all honesty I kind of don't mind because then we can, well, I guess it doesn't even really matter. I was going to say we could put another layer of netherrack just to make it all even and make it so that we don't accidentally get destroyed by like an explosion, but once we have the once we have the rest of it all like dug out and stuff, it's not even going to really matter. If a ghast explodes, because it'll have to go through like 10 layers of glass. So yeah, we can start just laying out glowstone like that, I guess, and then carpet would just have to go on top of it all. So we're going to end up with a lime green giant carpet down here is essentially what's going to end up happening. And then we'll try and center it and make it into a circle so that it goes around the nether portal. And then we can make our pathways heading out in the north, south, east, and west directions, which you can kind of already see here. We got the, pathways going that way, and we have a tunnel that goes that direction. And then we need to make sure that we keep an eye on the pathway we use to get to the desert and coral, because we're probably going to end up needing more of that stuff eventually. So one of those pathways we do have. We just need to make sure we don't lose it, that's all. I know there's like a staircase up, so we can probably see it from right around where the nether portal is, but we should try and find it right now and make note of that before anything. Right, because we had our portal. And, yo, Adian Pross, what's going on, buddy? The OG has returned. Yeah, no, I think... Is it over here? We'll find it at some point, but... Yeah, no, there was a, like a staircase up to the nether ceiling that led back here, so... I'm sure we'll be able to find it again. It's just a matter of... I think it's that, actually. Yeah, there it is. It was just kind of hiding behind our portal. But that staircase will lead us back to our desert, our badlands, and our coral. So yeah, let's go back to the overworld, and we can start working towards getting sheep. And we can also start collecting a bunch of glowstone as well. So I'm hoping that, we can get a bunch of sheep before the end of this stream. We're just coming up on 3 hours right now, so I'm not sure how long the stream is going to go on for from here, but we'll see. There we go. I just need to make sure whichever one I click on first, I believe, is what color the baby will be, so I can still use the white sheep. I just need to make sure that when I do, I always click on a green sheep first. So... I guess I can actually just dye their wool. So, we can do this. That's fine. But look at that. We already got 12 more. So, this will actually go pretty quick. What I'll do is I'll keep everything in its own shulker box, I think. Just to not get confused. And then I will... waste a bunch of dye by doing that. There we go. Yeah, we already almost got a stack of carpet. So my kind of estimate for down there is we're going to need like, if I had to guess, probably a shulker of glass for a layer and a shulker of carpet for a layer. So it's a pretty big area. I wouldn't exactly call this a mega build, but we're not too far off. Fortunately, that's all we got for that right now. But you can kind of see, like, see how all the grass is, like, there's more dirt than grass right now? Like, this is the kind of problem I was worried about. Because sometimes the sheep outpace the grass, and then you're like, oh, crap. So that's why I did this layer out here, because they can't reach this layer. So it will always regen. It's just going to take time. I should actually do this layer now. I left it out because I was being lazy, but I definitely think we're going to need it. Just to kind of help the production a little bit. I know, puppos. Not everyone's liked and subscribed to the stream yet, so I get how you're feeling that way. Come on, guys. You wouldn't want to make dogs sad. You gotta like and subscribe. What kind of monster are you if you don't do that? You're gonna disappoint all these puppos over here? Look at them all. Look at this dude. It looks like he's got, like, Vietnam PTSD. Okay. Let's... I mean, what's that put me at? I mean, we're at over a stack of carpet now. So, let's keep things organized. You know what? Let's keep it as wool for now. I think that's the smarter plan. Because you get 3 carpets or 2 wool, so we actually save a little bit of space in the shulker by doing that. I can just turn it into carpet in my inventory. It's fine. But let's hopefully... Nope, no one else has grown up yet. Alright, whatever. Let's go check our sea pickle production. Let's go tickle the pickles, if you know what I mean. No, that was weird. We're eventually going to need more glass as well, because it's probably not going to be enough to do all this. But we will see. And I definitely need to sell a bunch of iron. Because we need emeralds to buy more glowstone. So you don't buy iron. But I have 2 other guys that do. Okay. That was not my intention there, but congrats, you're now the owner of a new torch and some wood. You don't buy anything. You buy emeralds. You buy emerald. You buy iron. There we go. And then we can buy these for 4 each. It's definitely going to be easier to go looking for it in the nether, but at least we have a way to collect some of it. You know what? I'm actually probably going to need 2 shulkers for this now that I'm thinking about it. So here. We'll keep glass in one of them. And we'll put the rest of the stuff in here. There we go. And, oh, and these. There we go. Then we can... See, now we're getting to the point where, you know, things eat the grass way faster. So now we gotta kind of watch it and make sure that we don't go too overboard. But let's go sell some more iron. Wow, we're almost at 200 views for this stream, guys. Thanks so much for that. This is just like a normal stream, so the fact that there's that many people here is kind of messing with me a little bit. Here, we'll do this. Nice little wholesome sheep stream, I guess. I really need to get rid of that blast furnace guy. He's not good. Huh? Here, I'll head to sleep. I was trying to avoid sleeping, but get our villagers to wake back up. Although apparently it is daytime. I don't know why I can't sleep. What time is it? Wake up! Nobody knows the way of the algorithm. Yeah, no kidding. Isorop. I think I've seen you here before too as well. Definitely got a few returning people today, which is nice. Here, you guys... oh, duh, I can sell melon. Melon! Give me my pumpkins. There we are. Hopefully he'll recharge again before I get back over here. Nope. There we go. Then we'll grab our actual melons. Here, I'll just toss this in here for a sec. Stein plays today. See what you did? I saw, buddy. I saw. There we go. These two were originally zombies, so that's why I'm getting one-to-one trades for emeralds with these guys. Unfortunately, this guy on the end is not a former zombie. But that does allow us to buy a bunch of glowstone. And by a bunch, I mean 3. There we go, 15. That's better. Grab all my iron back. Most of it, anyway. Sure. Dang, he like recharged right as I was standing there. Basically have an emerald farm. Yeah, you're not too far off. We're rich. Go. This guy just restocked, I think. Nope. You did, though. And you did. Sort of. There we go. Somebody restocked. I heard it. Is it you? No. It was you. Alright, let's grab... like, the thing, too, is, like, I have so much iron from the iron farm that, like, I don't mind selling it. That should be good. I could also sell stone, technically, and andesite. But I'm not that desperate for it yet. What about you? Sell some more pumpkin. And we can get a couple of these guys going. So yeah, it won't take nearly as long as you might think to fill the bottom with glowstone and do this, but I could even technically not even do the full bottom and just do like every other block. I'm sure that would probably be fine too, but I'm just kind of doing it out of principle. There we go. And we can buy from you. Getting so much XP from this. And if this iron golem would kindly get out of the way. Throw my pumpkins back. Throw melons back. Just become absurdly wealthy and then immediately spend all of it. Basically is what's happening here. There we go. And we'll purchase more of your wares. There we go, we got a full stack of glowstone. Which, I mean, if I found a vein in the nether, I probably would have found like 16 of them anyways, but this was definitely the faster, more fun way. I don't know if it was necessarily the faster way, but it's definitely more fun. And we can hopefully breed up these guys. Yep, there we go. Get some more handy dandy wool. There we are. We should go lay down some of this, and we can get it started at the very least. So let me kind of grab some of that. And we're at 38 people in the stream, guys, and 12 likes. Thank you. We just hit 200 viewers. And we just crossed the 3-hour mark of the stream like a couple minutes ago. So that's pretty crazy. 40 viewers. Jesus Christ. Crushing it today in my sheep endeavors. No, nobody said that. I seriously don't get that meme at all. I feel like such an old person because I'm usually like pretty up to date and like, you know, with current memes. And I saw that one, I looked it up, I'd like, you know, I was like, okay, let's try and understand this. And I'm still just like, what is the point of this meme? Here, we'll do 8 across, so give us a bit of an idea of how long this is going to take. There we go. Can get all of our carpet going. I can make a little step here. It's fine. We got lots of glass. There we go. So we'll lay down a bunch of this carpet. So that will allow the light to poke through. There we go. And then, yeah, we basically just need to go... So we go up to here, so that's a layer that needs filled in. Here, we'll just kind of start our little platform here. There we go. And we can scale up to here. And we can just keep going until we get to the same level that our portal is on. And hopefully the effect will work. It is already kind of starting to. I can see it there. Hopefully when we get up like another 2 or 3 more layers, it'll kind of really start to pop. But essentially, this is how you make that weird glow, kind of frosted glass effect. It is just kind of a pain. Sorry, my allergies are going nuts. We had a bunch of rain the past couple days, all the snow melted, so it kicked up all the like plant oils and like pollen and stuff again. So, unfortunately, winter seems to be weird this year. Apparently, we're supposed to get double-digit temperatures again this weekend, which is, you know, I'm not going to complain about it, I guess, but it is very strange. You know, we're halfway through November, and it's still not even negative numbers yet. We've had like a couple of days of negative temperature, and then it just kind of disappeared. So you can kind of see it starting to happen. Eventually what will happen is you won't be able to see the carpet anymore. So we'll do a few more layers. And hopefully that'll kind of help drive it home a little bit. I'm actually going to have to go grab more glass, which is making me a little bit nervous as to how much glass this is going to take to complete. But, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently. But here, we'll at least fill out what I can. There we go. Killing it. Here, let me just kind of do what I can here. So yeah, you can kind of see it. It's starting to get a little bit blurrier. Once we get all the way up to there, though, it'll, you know, triple the amount of blurriness we have going on here. Maybe I can use this last little bit to... Am I still wearing the elytra? I am. Can do some danger flying to get back up there quickly. Just get as far back as I can so I don't smash into the wall. There we go. Just carefully land back up here. Need to remember I'm still wearing that too. Not as invincible as I think I am here. We'll take that off. But yeah, you can kind of see it starting to happen here. So eventually, yeah, the entire sort of area will be like this. I'm not sure if I want to do the walls yet, which might actually be a good idea, but we'll see. There we go. Actually, can I reach that from here? Probably not. No. But yeah, that's sort of how it works, right? So you got the glowy, you have the carpet of the same color as the glass, and then you just do glass, air, glass, air, glass, air, all the way up to the top. And then we'll end up with a sick nether floor for our hub. And eventually I will break the bedrock on the ceiling using redstone. You know, there is a way to do that. It's just kind of a pain. But maybe we'll spend an entire stream sort of working on that. But that's sort of what we're going for. You can kind of see the glowy effect coming up from it, even with the full bright mod on. So, sorry, my voice is just getting so dry. That's what happens when I have no Diet Pepsi. The world falls apart. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, we have our first visitor. Hello, sir. Welcome to the overworld. Can I interest you in some steak? How about a nice gold apple? Alright, suit yourself. Okay. Let's go over here. Yeah, stay hydrated. I'm sort of in a weird spot because like part of me is like, do I end the stream? Like you have like 40 people here. You haven't had 40 people. Well, 41 now apparently. Haven't had a 40-person stream in a little while, but we are going on 3 hours. Well, 3.5 hours, which is kind of a typical stopping point. But I think we're gonna keep going for a little bit because I am having fun and you guys seem to be having fun. So as long as you guys are still into it, I will keep her going. Just kind of want to hopefully breed up some more sheep, but I'm not seeing any that can be bred, so we are going to end up having to get more glass though for sure, because we definitely don't have enough, but we can at least do this for now. And actually, no, before I do this, I want to go grab some more iron from the iron farm. Because it looks like we're going to be selling a bunch of stuff. And I want to make sure that we have enough. Oh yeah, Fulbright's still working. So we'll run over and grab a bunch of iron because the farm is full apparently. Jesus, I had to empty that out a little bit. Look at this dude. Block of iron. Yeah, we had over 2 full blocks of iron out of that. That's way too much. I don't want to throw these out in case I end up using red dye, so I guess I'll just take it with me back to the house. There we go. Look at that, we still got a few people watching on Twitch as well, so shout out to you guys. You know, shout out to you guys for 12 likes. I said earlier in the stream I was hoping we could get to 20. I don't know if anyone wants to help contribute to that, but you're more than welcome to. Definitely help me out a little bit if you hit the like button, subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. The thing is like, I hate self-promotion. Like, I don't want to ask for likes, you know? It makes me feel kind of slimy doing that, to be honest. And, like, asking for people to, like, subscribe and stuff. But it does help the channel, and it helps me, you know, stay motivated to keep going. And, obviously you guys are enjoying it, so why wouldn't you want to subscribe so you don't miss another stream, right? Just kind of makes logical sense, I think. There we go. We got our netherite hoe as well. What up, Jeeves? Sitting there ready at attention. I just want their trades to reset so I can sell a bunch of stuff. You know what I could actually do is start making sticks out of bamboo. All my homies are sub to Stein plays, yeah, basically. Oops, not bamboo. I need sticks. I need pictures of Spider-Man. Here, buy my sticks. Come on, reset all the trades. Here. Are you guys reset? Heck yeah. Can always count on the farmers. Did he? Okay. I thought he like instantly reset again. I was like, heck yeah. Hype up the farmers, then they hype me up back. Here, do this. Jeez, my nose is so stuffed today. I couldn't breathe for a second there. Yeah. I feel like air is an important part of people's day. You should, you know, try and get at least 1 air a day. There we go. Buy all my iron. My urn. have like an Atlanta accent. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that meme, but like, I think it's like a Vine or a TikTok or something. He's like trying to get his friend to say, Aaron likes iron in something something, and he just comes out like, earn. And he's just like, yep, that's what it is. Buy my iron. Please, for the love of God. I have so much of it. Aaron earned an iron urn. Yeah, earn. Okay, well, these guys are taking their sweet time to reset their iron trade. So I think about that a video a lot. Yeah, me too. Okay, whatever. How many emeralds did we get? Got a few. We'll grab what we can. And what else do I sell? I guess pumpkin and melon is kind of like my main source right now. So at least to this guy, we'll sell. Wow, we're almost level 40 just from selling stuff. That's insane. Oh, there we go. Look at this dude. Took you long enough. I miss when trades were broken and you could just like spam, and like as long as you kept spamming fast enough, it would just let you trade over and over again. There we go, level 40. Here we go. Did you reset? You did. Look at you go. All these automatic farms, guys, definitely worth it. Took a little while to set them all up, but I mean, you can't argue with the results, right? So we can get, hopefully, a few more emeralds, but it's not looking like it. Hey, Virulink. Welcome back to the best stream in the world. Solar Storm Day Miracle. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to see any of that, but you're... I can't remember if it was you earlier who said it, or someone else said it, but they mentioned the solar storm last night. It was, like, pretty intense. Okay, whatever. We should be able to feed our sheep now, actually. So here, I will drop these kids off at the pool. And we will... There we go. That's actually quite a bit of sheep now, so let's collect a bunch of wool, and we can go back to the Nether and expand our operation we got going on, and hopefully connect it to where the portal is. At least that's the idea I'm trying to get to right now. Yeah, we'll take this and these, and just a bunch of glass. Here, I'll leave some of this stuff here. There we go. It's a solar storm miracle. Okay. Yeah, let's head back. We can definitely use the rest of this glowstone to try and extend to where the portal is. Because I want to see it, like, you know, when it's done, obviously. toss this back on for a sec. Yeet. Still wearing gold, right? Okay, good. So yeah, we need to kind of get over to here. So I will continue it out this way. Sure. And we can grab our carpets. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, if you middle click the scroll wheel, it lets you select items. So like if you look at an item like green carpet and I want to select it, if I hit the middle click on the scroll wheel, it selects it in your inventory. I actually didn't know about that until this year. You know, so even though I've been playing this game for like, 15 years now, you can still learn stuff. Makes building so much faster. Isa Rob just followed. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is just quickly try and get some of this layer filled in, because this will actually be right where our portal is. Let me just... you decided against making a community post today? Congrats on the view count. Yeah, to be honest, I ran a little late this morning. I fully intended to, and then I just kind of forgot. Thankfully it worked out. But, yeah, no, I got out of bed and I had like 9 minutes to start the stream this morning, so I was like, crap. I even, my wife actually snuck over and whispered to me that I forgot to change the title of the stream when I first started it, so it still had yesterday's title. But she came in clutch and showed it to me, and I was like, oh crap. So like 10 minutes in, you can see the, I don't know if you guys would be able to see it, but the title changed. So shout out to her for catching that. And, yeah, I'm hoping for tomorrow's stream, I'm going to stop probably day 299-ish today, most likely. So tomorrow we can hit day 300 and also go fight the dragon again. So get hyped for that. Make sure you guys, if you don't want to miss that, you subscribe and hit your notifications. And I'll be a little bit more prepped for that tomorrow, for sure. Just because it is a bigger stream, different thumbnail, etc. Everything worth doing takes a village. Exactly. And everything worth doing is worth overdoing, according to Mythbusters. Revelin, hey, you're back. And we're up to 13 likes, guys. Thanks for that. Killing the like game. Right now, we are making, you can kind of see it starting to take effect now, but we're making a cloudy glass floor for our nether hub that we're trying to throw together right now. I will... Here, let me grab a few of these. Just so I can use them for, like, climbing. There we go. I am still wearing the elytra, so I'm going to put that back on. But here we go. But yeah, no, we're making a clouded glass floor currently. And the idea, which you can kind of see it starting to take effect now, is when you look down, you'll just see sort of a cloudy glass effect. And I'm sure you've seen this on like servers and stuff for like more professional builders than me, but I like making these. They take a lot of material, so I tend to avoid it if I can. But if this is going to be a long-standing hardcore file, then might as well make it look good. So we'll just keep adding in all these layers, and hopefully it'll start to sort of look good as it comes together. But yeah, no, we're at 40 people today, 13 likes, 225 views. This is easily the best stream I've had in a hot minute, so I'm hoping tomorrow lightning strikes twice and we can break my stream record. I think last time we got to about 150 people watching, like around there. I can't remember the exact number, but I will look it up before we start tomorrow. And who knows, maybe tomorrow we'll hit 200 people for the first time, which would be pretty insane. But, you know, crazier things have happened. So let me keep going. We only got a few more layers left, and then we're up to the top. I'm thinking another, by the looks of things, probably another 4 layers after this one. And we'll be basically at the top. I'm just hoping that I have enough glass on me to kind of get us up there. We're getting a little low on glass, so I might, after I finish this layer, I might cheat a little bit just to get us a little platform up there. But there we go. Now you can't really see the carpet anymore. I think this is layer 8. So let me... It definitely looks better when you have connected textures, so you have like the nice smooth glass. And maybe someday if I get a better computer and I can get Optifine to work or some other kind of hacked client, it'll let me do it. But see, now you can't see the outline of the carpet anymore, and it just kind of looks like not see-through, but like you can kind of see like where things are heading. But this is kind of what we're going for here, so you can kind of see it here. So there's no more like lines, it's just kind of like a cloudy, milky sort of effect. And the plan is to cover the entire floor like this, and then we'll make it circular, and it should look more or less infinite. Actually, if I make the circle smaller than this square, then I might not have to fill in the walls because it'll be glass everywhere anyways. But I'll just try and get up to the top here. Yeah, no, I definitely don't have enough. Just so you guys can kind of see what's happening. But yeah, no, tomorrow, make sure you don't miss it, because I actually have only resurrected the dragon, I think, twice. And I want to grab more dragon's breath. I know we haven't used the dragon's breath we have yet, but might have been Virulink. I can't remember who it was, but they pointed out that you could make lingering potions of slime, and then just toss one in the spawner, and just everything that falls down will get hit by it, and then I just get like a bunch of slime. And I think that's a great idea. So we're definitely gonna take advantage of that. But for right now, I just want to show you guys kind of what our end goal is going to be with this. I actually got all that glass originally so that we could expand the house. And while I still plan to do that, it looks like it's going to go towards this. Because as you can tell, there is a lot of glass involved in this. There we go. And then we need one here and here. So let me... how much glass do I have left? Not enough to get to the top. That sucks. But you can kind of see here, like, see how it's, you know, still glowing, but kind of thick. That's the goal here. I do have more glass made right now, but let me just kind of show this off. Here, I'll just land here. But that's kind of what we're doing, right? So glowstone, and then you throw carpet. That's the same color as the glass. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be like 9 layers of glass. looks like. And then we're going to fill in all around the portal. And that'll be our floor. And then we'll have our pathways, which you can kind of already see. We got one there, there, and there's a couple going that way. So north, south, east, and west. And we'll be good to go. We'll be able to set up portals along the way to different interesting points of interest and biomes. But yeah, so this is going to be the main floor up here. So we TNT'd and dug all that out. We'll fill this in, and then we'll make it circular. And it'll look pretty cool. But right now, let's go check out our sheep. And it's a good thing that we can get sea pickles way easier than I thought with bone meal. I didn't realize they spread, so that's super duper helpful. See, this is the problem I was worried about. See how there's like barely any grass left? So we gotta kind of be aware of that. Because even if they already have their wool in, they will still try to eat grass. So this might have to get expanded a little bit. We'll see. Although it is already a lot of sheep. So we'll see. Toss that stuff in here. Grab a bunch of this. And we'll go back to the nether quickly and we'll use this. And then we'll come back and we'll buy a bunch more glowstone so we can keep going. And hopefully we can at least have a very, very crappy hub that goes one direction. So let me fill this in and then we can go and fix the other layers after. Go. Just waste one. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me. Usually does. But yeah, we'll keep going to here. And there we go. We're on the main floor. So that was 9 layers of glass. And you can definitely see, I can't see the carpet anymore for sure. And with the connected textures, which I can turn on. Here, resource pack. I think it was borderless glass was the one I was looking at. Let's try this. It's a little bit better. But there you go, you can kind of see it. So, that's essentially what's going to look like, right? Obviously with Optifine and stuff, I can make it look a little bit better. Like it won't have these diagonal little pixels, but that's essentially what we're going to do. Is we're going to make the entire floor look like this. And the best part about it is mobs can't spawn on glass. It is a transparent block. So it's kind of like leaves where like mobs aren't really supposed to spawn in trees either. Same sort of deal. So, am I wearing the elytra still? I am. So what we can do, hopefully, is avoid any sort of ghast attacking this, because that would be a pain. Oh, my kitchen light is doing a rave behind me here. I explained it on one of the streams, but I have one of those lights that has like a hand sensor where you like wave your hand in front of it and it turns on. And the sun, at certain parts of the day, at just the right time, will hit that sensor and set it off, and basically set it on and off again for the next like 20 minutes because of how the sun's hitting it. Just here, one second. I'm just gonna go unplug it. Okay. There we go. Keep it going. Yeah, I didn't even think about gas attacking me while I did this. So hopefully my return to sender skills are as good as I said they were earlier. So we'll keep this going. How much glass do I have? I should have enough to finish this. We'll fill all this in. Gotta love giving myself huge tasks. Yeah, no, there's definitely a ghast out there, so let's try and finish this and get my line of sight away from it. You know, the good news is it won't destroy all the floors below me. It'll just destroy the top ones, but should have brought a bow, honestly. Alright, and then one more layer. There we go. Turn it into a bit of an ASMR channel right now, but there. And then fill this in. We should have more than enough glass for. And there we go. So you can kind of see it here, right? Kind of connected, but now we are safe to walk across this, which is nice. Have a bit of a floor again. Here, I can even just do this for now. I mean, not that I need to break this ever, but there. Gives me a little platform, so I'm not just immediately dead if something shoots me the minute I come through a portal. And so yeah, we got this way, this way, this way, and you can see it across the hall there. We have that, as well as our staircase up. Both of those actually go to the same place, just different Y levels, which is our sand and coral area. But let's head back. I love the new Fulbright mod. It's making everything so much brighter and easier to see. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying that. Because before we would have been like just straight up in darkness the entire time. And, you know, nobody likes that. Let's check on these guys, see how they're doing. I want to breed them all like one more time. Just to fill out the area. And then I think we'll be good on sheep. I might actually have to kill a bunch of them eventually, but... And then... Let's go check out our situation over here. Grab a bunch of iron. What up, Jeeves? You're not looking so hot. Gotta get him a fresh new look. Make him funky fresh. There we go. I love how I can just hear Guilford just like hanging out. There we go. We got another bot in the chat. That's always fun. And we'll grab more of this. Grab some more glowstone. Guilford, are you good? He's just kind of like hanging out up there. Okay, we'll go here. Grab some more of this. Sell some more pumpkin. Sell some more pumpkin. Get more glowstone. You guys are getting kind of the gist, right? There, that's 30. That's a lot. I could have swore I had more glowstone. I mean, there's a bit in here. But I could have swore I had more than that. Do I have carpet on me? I don't. Here, we'll try to glass for the time being. Here we go. Get some. Yeah, we got a few extra white sheep in there, which is good. We need those for when we do the automatic sheep farm to get wool. We're gonna need a bunch of white sheep to dye all the different colors. So, yeah. See, this is the problem. See, now there's no more grass blocks in here, so we need to wait for these outside ones to spread to the inside in order to make more grass, and then all these guys will be able to get their wool back. So, it sucks, but it's just how things kind of have to be. But we can, at the very least, lay down all this glowstone and carpet. And kind of go from there. And then we already have our end crystals and our way back to the end very, very quickly. So I think tomorrow morning we'll do a little bit of prep. Maybe we'll work on this for a few minutes, waiting for everybody to show up, and then we can go fight the dragon. Have a nice episode, or a nice day 300 fight. Yeah, we can fill this little area here. There we go. And I'll just use pumpkin because whatever. Middle click to grab the carpet. Oops. That's why we got our pumpkin. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I don't know if you guys have any questions for me in the chat or anything like that, but this is basically how the rest of the stream is going to be for the next few minutes. But yeah, we'll fill all that in, and then we'll have a nice big square to walk around on up there. And then it's just a matter of expanding it outward all around the portal. And then once we get it big enough, we can decide where it ends and put a block down to make it a circle. And then we just dig down and fill it all back in, and we'll be pretty good. I might end up using lime green concrete as the walls. I'm not sure yet. My wife. Can we get soup? I need some soup. I mean, I can't get you soup while you're at work, but we can get soup, like, tonight. Well, you're not even going to be here tonight, either. So, you can get soup for dinner tonight, if that's, like, what you're feeling. It's like a psychological need at this point for soup. Yeah, I can't say I share the same thing. I'm not a big soup person. I'm more into, like, stews and, like, ramen. I guess ramen's, like, technically a soup, right? Not quite the same thing, but Sort of is. Okay. I'm thinking, let's see, what time is it? 1950. Does that mean it's nighttime? You don't like hot liquid? No, I really don't. I'm not big on like hot chocolate either, or like coffee or anything like that. Alright guys, I think I'm actually gonna call the stream there. Oh, let me do that so I don't forget. It's still weird seeing me in full nether. I need to get like a trim or something. But yeah, guys, I'm going to call it there. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification because we are fighting the dragon tomorrow and we're going to try and break our stream record. To get hyped for that. We already have our end crystals. We already have all the gear and stuff we would ever need for it. It's just a matter of grabbing all my empty bottles so that we can get a bunch of dragon's breath. I actually wouldn't mind just sitting there and collecting a bunch of it before the actual fight starts. But we have a trident now, and we have a bow, and all this other like crazy gear that we didn't have when we fought it the first time. So all we really need to be careful about is the Endermen, which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of, but it is what it is. And yeah, hopefully it goes pretty smoothly, and we can collect the dragon egg and bring it home. I actually really like how the gilded blackstone works with the dragon head. I might go grab more of that. Alright, well, anyways, guys, yeah, no, I really appreciate all the support for today's stream. Like, that was crazy. I did not expect this many people today to show up, so, shout out to you guys for that. I already do have a short ready for Saturday, and I'm hoping we can get one more during the dragon fight tomorrow, so I have a post for Saturday and Sunday. And then, who knows, I might find out today that I have a full-time job starting next week, which might change the streaming schedule entirely. I don't honestly know. So, I'll let you guys know as soon as I do. I'll try and remember to do the community post tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll get up a few minutes earlier just to make sure everything's ready, have the thumbnail ready and all that. And, yeah, I am excited for day 300 of hardcore Minecraft. I can't believe we actually made it all the way to day 300. So, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all that fun stuff. You know, look at graph, you know, typical YouTuber jargon. But yeah, no, it really does help. So if you hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So goodbye and good night, gamers, and I'll see you tomorrow for our epic dragon fight. Yeah, see you tomorrow.